Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelly, and in today's video we're doing another pick card reading. Today we're asking Spirit all about how do they see you. You can ask about anybody that you want in this video. All of my pick a card readings are timeless, so whenever you come upon this video, a message will be ready for you. Before we begin, please give me a big like down below and subscribe to my channel for more pick a card tarot readings just like this one. If you're new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. These are the 4 piles that you can choose from. This is pile number 1 with the Calcite moon. This is pile number 2 with a Carnelian heart. This is pile 3 with a rose quartz heart. And this is pile 4 with a green calcite. I'll give you some time to start meditating on the cards and choose a pile that you feel the most drawn to. Please use your intuition when choosing your pile, and if you feel drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch multiple piles. There may be more than one message in this video for you today. After you're done deciding, scroll down to the description box or the pinned comment and click on the timestamp to skip to your reading. Tarot is an intuitive and insightful way to read the current energies surrounding a situation. If you ever hear something you do not like in a reading, please do not give up or get discouraged. Remember that you have 100% free will over your life, and you can change the course of direction at any time. My intention with these readings is to help gently guide you to a better path for your mind, heart, and soul. So never get discouraged about what you may hear, because it may end up being the activation you need to change course. With that being said, I'll give you some time to start meditating on the cards. You can now close your eyes and hover your hands over the screen to see if you feel any sensations on a certain pile, or you can simply meditate on the cards and choose a pile based off of your gut feeling. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the zebra calcite, this is your reading. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with your tarot cards. So we got the Tower, we got Temperance, we have the 10 of Wands, we have Judgment, then we have the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. So what I'm getting right off the bat is the person that you're thinking about, that you're asking, how do they see you? They saw that you went through a Tower moment, which is a major upheaval. This is a sudden change. This is chaos. Going through something that has destructed your life in a way for you to come back and rebuild. But having Temperance right after this means that not only did they see you go through this fiery time where you had to destroy your old life and rebuild it, and even maybe gain enlightenment through it, they saw that you were able to balance this time in your life so easily. You had patience during this time. It almost seems like it wasn't that hard for you to balance this time in your life, because Temperance is also talking about reconciliation and healing, angelic guidance as well. So as you can see, this card looks very magical. She has a lot of angelic imagery in the card itself, and we could see this stark contrast between the Tower and Temperance. So no matter how dark or fiery or lightning this period of time in your life was, you still were able to balance everything. And the 10 of Wands is actually also talking about having a lot of burdens or extra responsibilities. It's talking about even in times of hard work, you were able to balance all of that and come to a completion. So these cards right here is really showing me that whoever you're thinking about shows you, sees you as somebody that is always going to be able to keep moving forward. You're somebody that can easily overcome things and just reawaken your inner light to be able to move forward. And that actually reminds me of the zebra calcite. So actually the zebra calcite is something that can cleanse and amplify the energy in our physical bodies and in our physical space. So it actually does help with overcoming laziness and overcoming setbacks as well. So the Tower can be talking about setbacks. It's talking about some really chaotic times. It's talking about some times where you can really get enlightenment out of it, though. That's why there's lightning at the top of this and there's people falling out. Because after realizing such chaotic things, the destruction that is in our lives, we're able to rebuild. So this crystal can really help us actually with reawakening motivation, and it connects us with our higher consciousness as well. It facilitates spiritual growth, and it can also help us with the development of our psychic abilities. So this stone is actually really good for helping us balance our mind and emotions. And again, temperance is all about that balance. Another way that I can interpret just these 3 cards is that with the 10 of Wands, this is when somebody is burnt out. They're coming to the end of their process. They're coming to the end of their hard work and they're about to complete. So what does this mean for people that are going through this time where they might be burning out? This means that some people might react in, for a lack of better terms, funny ways, or act out of stress and not really in a balanced way for the most part. But for you, you were able to totally balance anything that you have gone through, and it's really impressed them a lot, because it's like, their judgment of you when they see you going through this is actually that you have really good judgment yourself. You have a really good ability to just let go of the past, let go of the little things, and really be able to keep moving forward. This whole reading, this whole spread is showing me that no matter what has gone on in your life, you're able to move on to the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, which are very, very positive cards. Okay, so the 2 of Wands is actually a Mars and Aries energy. It's talking about future planning, progress, decisions, and discovery. And so when you get this card after such things like this, it means that you were not stopped in your tracks with your Tower moment. You were able to balance yourself out no matter how hard it was. You were able to use your judgment and continue moving on. And then the 2 of Cups is actually Venus and Cancer energy. It is very lovely energy. And I actually just saw 555 on the clock. So this is all about change. 555 is about change, and the number 5 in itself is also symbolizes change. It could also symbolize conflict, but for here, I really am sensing change. You are somebody that can deal with change very well, or it seems like you are able to deal with change really well from this person's point of view. It's if you guys were out on a trip together, or there's something where maybe you even work together, whatever it is, where they see you constantly, they can see that you are able to adapt to any situation that is going on. It really doesn't matter if something chaotic is going on or if it's a happy situation that's going on. It seems like you're able to adapt to all of those situations. And whoever you guys are asking about, this person sees you as somebody that'd be a lovely person to partner with. This could be any type of partnership. This could be friendship. This could be a business partnership. This could be in a one-on-one relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. No matter what it is, it seems that when they see you going through this thing and have such balance in your life, it makes them believe that you're going to be a good partner. You're going to be somebody that's able to not be so rigid and be able to balance things and not see them as so black and white. Okay, and then so before we move on, I'm gonna roll the astro dice to kind of see if we can get any more messages from Spirit. Okay, Spirit, what other messages? All right, so we have Saturn in Virgo in the 12th house. So yeah, actually what this is telling me is when you're going through something, you really isolate yourself so you can be able to come out in a balanced way. What I'm getting from this actually is you might be there for your friends, your family, and if they're going through a hard time and they're not quite as balanced as you when they're going through Tower moments, you're always there for them, because Virgo actually is also like the martyr. They always are there for everyone else, and they don't really tell people when they are going through something themselves all the time. They would rather just help you and then balance it out on their own time as well. It seems like you're somebody that is able to step away when you need it, because with Saturn in the 12th house, Saturn is our guru planet. So maybe you used to have problems with this. Maybe you used to overgive a lot, but now you know better, and you know that when you're going through something, you need to take some time to get balanced. And they really like that and see that in you. And they look up to that. They admire that. They wish that they were able to walk away from situations like you are. They wish that they would be able to use the same judgment as you. You just also seem like you're somebody that helps other people a lot with that Virgo. Again, Virgo is the martyr, so Virgo energy is always the helpful. You seem like the person that doesn't always take the lead in situations. You seem like you're somebody that is just that quietly confident person in the group or in the situation that they're seeing you in. And they really enjoy that. That's why they just really feel like you'd be a great friend, you'd be a great partner, you'd be a great business partner, anything like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep moving on. So in the Wild Soul Oracle cards, I got Caterpillar for you, and that says potential. I'm going to actually put that up here. So caterpillars are about to turn into butterflies, and she looks like she's resting before this big change. I'm actually going to move the card over here because it's really giving me this energy of the Tower moment and you going back into yourself to be able to change, to be able to get to the next level of your life without really needing or bothering anyone else. Although I don't know why I just said that. That was a message from Spirit. I really feel like whenever you feel like you're going through this Tower moment and you don't want to bother anyone else, that is your own personality that's shining through here. You're a very self-sufficient person. That's what I just got from Spirit, that you're very self-sufficient. And this person can see that self-sufficiency inside you. Also, with that potential word on the Caterpillar card, it's really showing that you never know what a caterpillar is going to turn into. What type of butterfly is it going to turn into? What colors will you have? To have that much change in your life requires a lot of strength. So this person sees you as a very strong individual as well, somebody that is capable of great changes. Another thing that I might be seeing with the caterpillar is if this person has known you for a really long time, they have seen you gone through many, many Tower moments in your life, and they have seen you come out on top time and time again. So this person has seen you transform again and again and again. And I know this doesn't say Phoenix here, but it's that energy of being able to change from one thing and completely into another with different skills as well. So going along with the caterpillar imagery, the caterpillar obviously doesn't fly as a caterpillar, but when you go into your cocoon, which is the time that you go into your peace, your balance, and also the 12th house, and I can also see the 12th house that we rolled earlier as your cocoon, as your caterpillar going into cocoon mode. What I mean by that is the 12th house I can see is your caterpillar moment where you're going into the cocoon and coming back out as a butterfly. So that is a transformation that is not easy, okay? That takes a lot of strength, a lot of energy out of the caterpillar. That's why they have to basically go into hibernation when they're going into that cocoon. And they're completely changing who they are. That is how this person sees you. Another way I can see it is if this person actually doesn't know you that well, if this is somebody you're asking about that doesn't know you that well, maybe they've heard things about you, 1313 on the clock right now, that other people have said about you or other people have told your stories about your Tower moments. But when they meet you, they're like, well, you're so balanced. It doesn't seem like you've gone through all these things that people have been talking about. And it seems like you have a really good judgment, you're forward thinking, and you seem a really good partner. So as I'm seeing this spread, it just seems like this person sees so much potential in you as either a partner or friend. It just seems like they want to actually get closer to you if you're willing to let them get close. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's see if we can get any more cards to give us more information. Okay, and the next oracle card I got is support. It has the number 14 there, and it says support, encouragement, and assistance. Okay, this is making a lot of sense because I remember that we got Virgo, and Virgo is a very supportive sign. Remember I was saying they are actually represented by the martyr. So they are also the virgin in the zodiac as well. So they are very pure-hearted, pure people. So that's how they see you. What I'm getting in my mind's eye is if people come at you sideways, is literally what I'm hearing right now. It seems like you respond in a very balanced way. You respond in a very caring way. You're there to support other people and you don't really want that conflict. I know I called 555 out earlier. I'm actually seeing 444 now. And this is also 1 + 4 = 5. So that's why I'm bringing up conflicts. But I wasn't getting the energy of conflict earlier when I rolled or saw 555. I was really seeing change out of that. I was seeing major changes within you and not so much conflict. But because that's coming up again, it shows me that you always reply to people, you always respond to people in the most supportive way that you have no interest in putting other people down. You have no interest in retaliating against people. You're just a supportive, encouraging person that is ready to assist at any time. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep moving on and get more oracle cards. Get an astrology card. Oh, that wanted to come out really quick. So we're getting Char Inko. This is divination, the number 61 on this card as well. I'm actually not very familiar with this card. I have not pulled it, but this card is definitely talking about divination. So you might be somebody that's very spiritual in their eyes. You're somebody that openly talks about the spiritual things that you know about, or you soon will become this person that openly talks about the spiritual things that you know about. You seem to be somebody that's really into tarot, crystals, astrology, of course, because you're on this channel. And all of those things are divination. All of these things can be related back to divination, which I can see is something that you value in your life and what has helped you with your transformation throughout your life. Maybe this is also something that helps pushes you forward, and this is something that you want to share with people. Okay? So let's go ahead and move on. I'm getting hawk and it says wildness, perception, and observation. So either this person feels like you have really intense attention and assessment of things. It feels like this person feels, people say, watching you like a hawk. It seems like you're an observant person. And remember I was talking about conflict, how you don't really retaliate against people. I'm sensing that they can see you as somebody that can see the situation at hand and not necessarily react to it. You're somebody that's able to have an accurate assessment of the situation, have really good critical thinking skills. They totally see you as somebody that is able to take a step back and get a really good view of the situation. So let me give you an example. So let's say that there's a group of 3 friends and there's a little bit of a tiff going on between 2 of the friends. Instead of adding any drama to the pot, you're somebody that can sense that maybe the person that is acting different or funny, that they are under stress. And this is something that you can just look past and go back to your temperance, which is balance and moderation, having patience for people even, and hoping for reconciliation rather than any more flames to the fire. So this is what I'm getting from Hawk. Hawks have really great perception. They're really good at observing the situation. So I feel like not only are you a helpful, supportive person, not only have you looked up a lot of different divination to help your own life and hopefully influence other people to also see those changes within you and change. But the wildness on this card actually also reminds me of the wild part of your own nature. So you seem a really chill person, but it's not like you've never had a crash out. So I feel like this person has seen a little bit of your crash out if this is somebody that you've known for a longer time. Okay, so they have seen you go through things that should have completely broke you down, but you haven't. So there's almost this sense of, because you're able to get through these things, they just feel like I heard that you're a wild person, because it's, how could you even deal with that or go through that or come out this calm from a situation like that? So they just feel like there's this wildness in you, this untamed bit of you that they just can't really piece together. So they are very intrigued by that part of your energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the next card. Oh my gosh, you guys, so I got turn criticism into kindness. So that's exactly what I was kind of going for when you're in a group setting or something, and if somebody comes at you sideways, is what I said earlier, is not really something that's going to affect you a lot. So, that's really interesting. I'd love to get the book out for this and read what the book has to say, but what I'm getting out of that is definitely that you're the more demure person in the group. You're definitely the more classy person in a group if this is about a group setting, or if this person has ever seen you in a group setting. So have they ever seen you be criticized? If they have ever seen you have to take somebody's mean words, it seems like you were able to balance that really, really well. And again, I want to go back to Virgo because we rolled Virgo in the 12th house. with Saturn. So it seems like you have a really good restriction on yourself, which is not usually a good thing to restrict yourself, but in social settings and in social situations where it's not necessary to really retaliate back, it seems like you just take the kind route out. And it's honestly the fastest way to get out of an awkward situation. So hold on, I'm flipping through the book right now, trying to find what the card book has to say about this, but I'll read it to you when I get it. Okay, I found it, and you can pause. I will also read it to you. So it's saying turn comparison into compassion. So it seems like you're not the type to compare yourself to others as well. You always take the kind route, you always take the compassionate route, and it's really, really something that stands out in your energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the rest of this. It says, the need to judge others is a dead giveaway of our own shaky self-esteem. If you're in the habit of criticizing yourself, you'll most likely find reasons to criticize others to make yourself feel better about yourself. I'm going to pause after every paragraph and just go on that. So again, in a group situation, if somebody's coming at you sideways, it is their own personal thing. And I just saw 222 on the clock. And it seems like you just don't respond that way. You don't match their energy at all. And that is such an admirable thing that this person is seeing about you, that they're like, you have so much potential. You are such a good partner, such a good friend. You always choose the kind and compassionate way out. And it's just not a lot of people are like you. Not a lot of people can be that strong. And that is something that they really see within you. It just radiates from your energy. Okay, let's keep going. When you judge your weight, you focus on the size and shape of everyone else around us and get trapped in constant comparison and criticism. When you feel the urge to criticize someone else, challenge yourself to look inward at your own attitudes and quirks. Every negative thought offers you an enlightening opportunity for change. You can change your mindset or you can change your actions. When you can embrace your own flaws, you can accept the fact that others come with their own kind of crazy too. It's okay, we're not perfect, but we are all in this together. Learning to love ourselves extends our compassion to others. Put an end to trash talking and embrace each other. I turn my judgment into celebration and criticism into kindness. Beautiful. So honestly, I'm not actually seeing that that's coming from you. I see that this is something that's coming at you and you're able to respond in such a beautiful way. It seems like you don't want conflict. It seems like you're somebody that just really values peace, serenity, partnership, and the vibration of love. So you're not going to be something, oh my gosh. And I totally remember that I said the Judgment card is about letting go of the past. So it seems like you're also able to move on from things very, very easily. You just want supportive, kind people around you, and you don't want to add any negativity into the world. So that's why you're easily able to let go of the past. Okay, and then the next card we actually got is Create Your Own Happiness. I really love this card. It's from the same deck as this one, and I'm not going to read the guidebook for this one, but what I'm getting out of that is that you are always trying to hold on to your own happiness. You're always trying to create happiness in the situation. This person sees you as a really happy person and a person that doesn't create drama in their own lives and would easily want to walk away from dramatic things. I know I said I wasn't going to do the guidebook, but I actually feel like the guidebook has a lot of good things to say. So it says happiness is a choice and it's up to you to create it. So I just feel like you could respond and retaliate towards negativity, but you just don't. You could respond to criticism in a bad way and criticize back, but you don't. You want to choose happiness. So it says, just as the moon phases from dark to full, so do our emotions. Emotions are energy in motion, and each one represents a different expression of our inner self. Anger arises when something is unfair. We invoke happiness when something delights us, and sadness engulfs us when we experience loss or pain. Although we can't control our external circumstances, we can control our attitude and how we respond in any given moment. Oh my gosh, you guys, you don't need life to be perfect to create your own happiness. What am I literally saying? If you're in a group situation, if this person has viewed you in a group situation, it's like they can see that nothing can shake you. Okay, I'm gonna roll the extra dice to see if we can get a message from this. All right, sixth house is the house of like Virgo again. You guys, Virgo again. And that's Uranus. So Uranus is Aquarius energy. So you're just very unconventional. You don't respond the way other people respond. And the sixth house is actually our hidden enemies. These are our coworkers. These are people we're competitive with. So even in competitive situations where somebody is, again, coming at you sideways or things that you can't control, you always are able to control your own attitude, okay, and choose how you respond. So this person, again, with that Virgo, you might come off as a martyr or somebody that people, in a sense, walk all over, but it's just because you rather choose peace than anything else. You rather choose happiness than anything else. It's not that you're a pushover. It's just other people are so negative sometimes around you, and you're just a supportive person, and you're able to just observe the situation for what it is and just come out happy at the end of the day. I'm going to keep going with this because it's so pretty and it's so perfect for the situation. So it says, you define your happy, don't let anyone rain on your parade. Money can buy you temporary pleasure, but not everlasting joy. Focus less on what you're lacking and more on what you do have. You can start by enjoying the simple things in life, belly laughing with friends, cuddling with animals, or playing in nature. Spend time each day doing something you love. So again, actually, when I saw this Tower and Temperance, and when we rolled the 12th house the first time we rolled, it just shows with this card as well that you're able to step away when you need to and do the things that fill your cup back up, so you can always show up again as this kind and compassionate person. This person really sees you as somebody that has so much potential, and even maybe as a butterfly, as somebody that is so beautiful and so lovely to be around. It's honestly no surprise that people see you as this lovely person, and I just saw 111 on the clock. You're just somebody that is just always ready to begin again. So let's go ahead and move on. The next card I got is, oh my gosh, you guys, pure spirit, purification, and the number 30 down here. So 3 plus 0 is also 3, if any of those numbers are significant to you. But yes, this person sees you as such a pure person, as such a pure spirit. And also, you guys, actually Virgo, I told you, is the martyr of the zodiac, but what they actually mean about the virgin of the zodiac is because they're so pure. There's a lot of different ways purity can show up in a Virgo. Virgos can be really all about health and healing and wanting to heal themselves and other people around them in a quote unquote pure or natural way. And I just saw 4444 on the clock. Virgos and pure spirits are people that are just really connected to the better things, the good things in life, and they always try to act in a way that is just harmonious. And we saw 222 on the clock just now. What I'm also getting from this purification card is that you just respond to coldness in a warm way, because you're a pure soul. You see how this person is in an icy area. It seems like she's in the mountains and there's snow, but no matter how cold it is, she's actually wearing a short dress. She's able to transmute the coldness that is around her and still be able to shine and be that pure spirit. It just shows me that this is your energy. You want everyone to be in harmony at all times. You want to support people at all times, and you don't care what people say to you. You don't care what kind of criticism comes your way. You're always going to choose happiness. You're always going to choose support. You're always going to choose the Two of Cups, which is unified love, partnership, mutual attraction. And this, again, I told you, is Venus in Cancer energy. And that is a very loving, nurturing type of energy. So you really like to take care of the people around you, and you really understand if there is a little criticism that comes in here and there, why it might be coming. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We are also getting the paradox card. The card is so beautiful, and actually paradoxes talk about two different extremes. So this person may be able to see two different extremes in you. And also another thing about this card is it is talking about the ether element. So in astrology, the ether element, or it's also called the Akasha element, is known as the fifth element. It represents space. It represents silence. It represents openness. So you might have a lot of that in your energy. What I meant by that is that you really hold space for other people. You have a really open aura and open energy. You are understanding of people. You can really contain their energy. And more about the other element that is associated with that paradox card is that ether is actually the most subtle element. It's a primary element, and it symbolizes divine connection, which ties back into this divination card, and it also represents the spiritual realm. So what I'm getting out of this is you must be really big on practicing yoga. And yoga is not just a physical exercise that we can do. It is about the mind, body, and spirit all in unison. To yoke the mind, the body, and the spirit. A concept that comes up in yoga is your demeanor and your attitude in social situations. So I feel when this card comes up, it is tying everything together about how you being spiritual and you knowing that kindness and compassion is the way. gratitude is the way, loving kindness is the way, the other element is also about potential for manifestation from that element. Other is also associated with your mind's ability to connect to higher consciousness. So when you're thinking about higher consciousness, when you're thinking about the spiritual realm, when you're thinking about divine connection, you know that all the things that are connected with manifestation require you to be grateful, require you to have gratitude. A lot of people are ready to choose negativity at any time, but you are so pure that you do not. Okay, but with this card coming up, I also sense that there is two extremes. So maybe you are the nice person, maybe you are somebody that really almost lets people get the win in a sense, but at the same time, there's another part of you that can get really ugly, and that's your shadow, something that you've worked on already. Something about you says that you aren't to be messed with, but at the same time, you've grown so much past that this person sees two sides of you. And maybe it's because they've seen you way back when you might have been choosing not to respond so kindly to criticism. Maybe you did used to see things a little bit more black and white. But with this paradox card, it's really just reminding us what side do we want to focus on. We all have a negative side, we all have a positive side. The paradox card really tells us that no matter how good we are, and no matter how much of our shadow comes up at times, that we can have both of these things within ourselves. And we have to learn how to love both sides of ourselves. And I feel like you guys have done a lot of tower moments, a lot of shadow work to be able to go and be more of the side that you want. I can also give another example about paradox that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. Sometimes you'll say, I'm so lazy, but at the same time, I work so hard. Both of those statements can actually be true about you. You can have your lazy moments, and you can have your moments where you do, maybe you're the one that actually criticizes other people at times, or maybe you've said critical things at times. But also at the same time, there's a part of you that can respond to criticism with kindness, and there's a part of you that is such a hard worker. So both of those things can be true. You can be lazy at the same time as being a hard worker. You can be kind and still have your critical moments. That's what I'm really getting out of this. And when you learn how to balance both of your paradoxical sides, that's when this person really sees you shining and lighting up. And this is how they also see you in general, how you are a paradox. You are not always consistent is what I'm hearing, but not in a bad way. It's more like they don't know what they're always going to get with you. And that is something that keeps it exciting. Okay, so let's just get one more card. Okay, I'm getting Santosha. This is actually a yoga card. I really love this card, and we're just gonna end up putting it right here. So that is from a yogic path. So I'll go into a little bit about what Santosha means before we end this reading. So it is one of the 8 limbs of yoga. It is a niyama, which is observances part of yoga. And within that limb of yoga, the niyamas are 5 personal observances or positive duties in yoga. It's about self-discipline and inner growth. I won't go into all of the different niyamas, but this is the second niyama, and it actually is contentment. This is talking about contentment, having contentment of what you currently have in your life. For example, having inner peace, a deep state of inner peace and satisfaction of your life, not really dependent on external factors, okay? It will lead to the freedom of cravings and desires. Yoga, meditation, all have the end goal of releasing you from your cravings and your desires, leading you to truly be free, okay? So having contentment is one of those things that are gonna help you be free. Another thing about Santosha would be acceptance. And this is talking about completely accepting your situation, your body, your life, your circumstances, both the good and the bad. Just being content for all the things that are in your life. And then another thing about Santosha is gratitude. A crucial component of Santosha is practicing gratitude for your life, your present blessings and experiences, rather than focusing on the lack, and which really reminds me of temperance as well. So literally whatever you've been through, I feel like you are always getting back to being content, always trying to move forward, always trying to be happy. And this is a very, very positive thing. And this person sees you as a combo of all the topics that we talked about. They just see you as such a pure soul, such a good person to be associated with, somebody that chooses happiness and kindness, somebody has major perception and observation skills, somebody that might even be into divination, that is supportive, that is able to ride the wave of negative things and negative circumstances around you and still be content. Okay? And the final thing I want to talk about with Santosha is the freedom of restlessness. This card also talks about releasing your attachment to possessions and outcomes. Santosha helps free the mind from constant restlessness. So you know I have to mention meditation in my videos, 444 on the clock right now. I feel like you're somebody that really takes a step away. Remember the first time you rolled the astro dice, you got the 12th house. So it just seems like you are somebody that's able to step away, get that balance to come back to a content mind, body, soul. You are such a pure soul. And this person can really, really see that in you. All right, so that's all I have for you today, Pile 1. This was such a lovely reading. They think very highly of you at the end of the day. They see you handling things with such grace, such composure, such balance and consideration for the people around you. And they see you as a very patient person as well, somebody that can be very healing to be around, somebody that is almost angelic in a way because of this Temperance card. Temperance is definitely the main card that's standing out to me out of this entire reading. You are very, very loved and cherished by this person, and they definitely want to become closer to you if they are not close to you already. So if this resonated with you, or if you liked this reading, make sure you comment something down below and also like this reading. And if you haven't already, make sure you also subscribe for more videos just like this one. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the Carnelian heart, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with your tarot cards. So we have the 8 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Coins, the Hanged Man, and the 6 of Coins. Okay, this is honestly a very good mix of different elements here. We do have 2 coins, we have 2 swords, and fire, which is the wands, and we also have a cups. So we have literally all 4 elements here. It seems like you're actually a really balanced person that can pause when things get hard. The reason why I see that is because the 8 of Wands is talking about very fast-paced things. It's talking about movement and action and alignment. And then it's right next to the Queen of Cups, which is a very balanced person that is emotionally stable. So no matter how fast life is going or how much things is going on in your life, it seems like you're really able to balance all that. The only negative card, or so-and-so negative card, is the 8 of Swords, which does talk about negative thoughts. It talks about imprisonment and victim mentality. As you can see, it seems like she's in a cave of some sort in this picture, and there's swords around her, which is the mind and the thoughts. The Swords cards, they represent air and intelligence. They also represent communication and action, but it's really our thoughts. So her own thoughts are keeping her trapped, because if you can see in the back, there's actually a castle back there. So there's plenty of resources, there's plenty of things going on, but sometimes it just seems like maybe you get stuck in your head, and this is how that person sees you. Although you are a very balanced person, there can be times where you drift into this time, an era where you get a little bit stuck in your head. You could even be with this one that you have a lot to balance. So if some of you are moms, I'm just referring to that because there is a mom here. She has 2 different types of babies. It looks like they're half human, half bear, and both of them are like the opposite. She's holding on to both babies, and she seems like a little bit stressed. You can tell by her facial expression here. Maybe you have a lot to balance, you have multiple priorities, and this person sees that you have all those priorities. And although life is moving fast and you're a compassionate and caring person that's usually emotionally stable, usually in flow, sometimes life happens, okay? And sometimes we get into this more reserved energy. So what I'm seeing is they definitely think that you ebb and flow. No matter how difficult things might be, it does seem like you are a balanced person that can handle it, but there's times where it seems like you're really in your head about it. And then with the Hanged Man, this is about pausing, surrendering, and letting go, getting a new perspective on things, waiting things out for a little bit so you can get into a better mind space. I definitely think this person sees you taking care of other people, because we have two caring cards here where you're taking care of other people or your own emotions. And also the Queen of Cups always has her cup closed. She has her hand over her cup, which is her hand over her emotions. Another way I actually can view this is if people around you are really fiery or have a lot of things going on, it seems like you don't really react too much to that. So other people's priorities are not necessarily your priorities, even though this card does mean multiple priorities and time management, prioritization. It even means adaptability. It seems like you are really able to pause and take clarity for your actions, for your priorities, and really understand what's best for you. And that actually reminds me of what Carnelian is supposed to mean. The Carnelian heart, or Carnelian crystals in general, are about motivation, clarity, and vitality. You are really motivated. If you were connected to this stone and interested in this stone, you probably have a lot of fire in your chart or feel a little bit fiery. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This is connected to our root, our sacral, and our solar plexus chakra, the lower three chakras. You seem like a really stable and grounded person as well, because the Six of Coins is talking about giving and receiving things. It's talking about sharing wealth. It's talking about generosity and even charity. When I put all of this together, it seems like you are a really compassionate and caring person that is emotionally stable, but however, life does life, and you go through these moments of the Eight of Swords, which is the negative thoughts, the self-imposed restrictions, and also having multiple priorities, because again, life does life and everyone goes through those type of things. But when I put all these messages together, it actually just shows me that you're able to thrive in any situation and keep your cool in any situation. Because if there's something about the Queen of Cups, she is definitely somebody that can really just stay emotionally stable. She never gets too angry or too hyped up. She never gets too sad. She's like in the middle. And if she does need a moment because she's going through this, she can step away and still come back out as the nice, caring, giving person that she naturally is. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for the tarot. Let's see if we can get more cards, but before we get more cards, I do love to roll the astro dice. All right, we're getting Mars in Sagittarius in the 11th house. Okay, so the 11th house is our networks, our friendships, our wealth, and having Mars there in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very fiery energy. It seems like you have a lot going on. So that could definitely be the Eight of Wands energy here, because that is Mercury in Sagittarius. So there's a lot of this Sagittarian type of energy here going on. And it's really giving me that you either show this person that you like a lot of knowledge, you like a lot of different things, or maybe you travel a lot, because this card also does talk about air travel. They think that you are a fun person to travel with, or that you travel a lot, or that you are well traveled, and that you know a lot of different things because of your travels. You know a lot of different things because of how much you've been able to adapt to different environments. And it also seems like your passion, your drive with that Mars is in this 11th house sphere. The 11th house is associated with Aquarius, so it could be that you guys are very knowledgeable people, whether that's through traveling or just through higher learning. It seems like this person really sees you as somebody that has a very balanced life. Although we only got these two coins, the Two of Coins and the Six of Coins, that is giving a lot of information about the earthly things, the physical things. It seems like you have a really good balance on your career, your money, your stability, especially with this 11th house, because definitely this can also represent like business, the 10th house as well, but like this is gains from your business. So with these coins cards and this 11th house, it's really giving me that you are somebody that seems very financially stable as well to this person, and you are generous with your money as well. You're not somebody that holds on to your money too much, although we do have this, but this is not talking about holding on to money. The Four of Coins talks about holding on to money. This one's more talking about multiple priorities. So I'm really seeing that you're very good at balancing money things, earning money, traveling, planning travels even, I could see that. And honestly, most of these cards have only one human except this card. So it's really telling me that this person also sees you as somebody that can completely stand alone if you need to. It's not that you don't have friendships, because again, the 11th house is friendships, our communities, network circles. So you might have a very vast network circle, but at the same time, this person sees you as somebody that can stand completely alone. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else messages we can get in the cards. All right, so the next card I got for you is from the Wild Soul Oracle, and we got the rat, and it says survival. Okay, you guys, this is giving me a lot of information. I don't know if you guys are parents, like I said earlier, for this card, but the rat is actually a creature known for its tenacity. It is really able to thrive in very challenging environments. And also, this card is reminding me of the movie Ratatouille. It gives the energy of whatever you put your mind to, you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to adapt to the situation and survive. Remember, Ratatouille is a movie about basically a mouse cooking. Not something that a mouse is supposed to be doing, but they are really resourceful, and if they put their minds to it, they're going to be able to do it. Okay, rats are really considered as survivors. They can survive off of scraps, literally garbage, things that people throw out. They can take and turn it into something that can sustain them. They are very capable of also finding shelter, finding sustenance, and they live in really hostile situations if you think about it. They're always surrounded by trash. They're always outside trying to fend for themselves. This is how that person sees you. Maybe they've seen you taking care of other people or get in your negative thoughts when life is lifing, but they still see you as somebody that is impeccable at being able to survive. The rat can honestly overcome really difficult obstacles, and they are willing to do what they have to do to persevere, to survive, and to face those challenges head on. So I really see this person as seeing you as somebody that's able to do that. Some questions that you can answer for me in the comment box is, what have you done recently where you have shown yourself that you can survive anything? What have you done that showed yourself that you are strong? I really want to hear it in the comments, okay? I know that you are super strong people, and this person also sees you as a super strong person. And also, I would like to know, are there any ways in your life right now where you're acting out of scarcity? Because the rat does have to live in a place of scarcity for the most part. They do have to think about survival at all times. So are you in that mindset? And how are you thinking about getting out of that mindset and becoming more secure with yourself and your life? Please tell me in the comments. I'm very, very curious, especially because you got this card. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next card that I got for you, which is release. Okay. And we do have a frog here. I'd love to dive into that symbolism as well very, very soon. Let's go ahead and put it right here actually. So the release card tells me that you guys are going through a lot of different things, or the person that you're asking about has seen you go through a lot of different things where it might have messed up your mentality for a little bit, and they think that either you're good at releasing things or that you need to release things. So when I go further into this card, what I'm thinking is releasing is not actually that easy. Letting go is actually not that easy. So some people could spend their entire life trying to just let go of one painful experience that they don't even know that they're holding on to. This could be an experience from childhood. This could be just any type of past experience. Or another way I could see this is the person that you are thinking about, how do they see you, has trouble releasing you. So if this is a situation where this person used to be your friend or used to be in a partnership with you, they have trouble releasing you and letting you go, because it just seems like they're stuck in their heads either about you and still holding on to the memory of you if they're no longer in your life. But if this person is still in your life and they see your story and this is somebody you know well, they see you as somebody that can release things very well, and they look up to that because that is something that has helped your survival in major ways. Because if you're not willing to let go of things, it's very hard to move on with life. And I just saw 11:11 on the clock. It's very difficult to get your wishes, your manifestations to come true if you don't release things. And I want to start talking about a little bit of the symbolism in the card. So for sure there is a frog right here, and frogs are actually known for shedding its skin and then eating it. They are releasing their skin, but they're also eating it, and then that makes it very useful for them because nothing goes to waste. The symbolism for that, I really feel, is that anything that you have to let go of is something that can also expand you, something that can get you to that next level of life. Because when you release things and you let things go that are no longer in alignment with you, you make room for things that are in alignment with you. So the importance of releasing is pivotal. Some questions that I have for you that you can answer in the comment box is, how can you transmute things that no longer serve you? How can you release those things but also do it purposefully? Because remember, the frog eats its own skin. How can you transmute the thing and release the thing and have it serve you in a new way? So for example, I'm just going to make a comment because we do have a heart-shaped crystal here. I'm going to talk about love. So let's say the person that you're asking about is somebody that you had been in a relationship with before, and you're thinking about fully releasing this person and just letting it go, completely forgiving this person, no longer thinking about this person, and just moving on, right? Just accepting the situation for what it is and releasing them. If you're in that mindset, or if you think that person is in that mindset about you, how can we turn it into a positive? So for example, if this is a person that you dated before, how can you just take your lessons from this and then release it? Let's say that you dated this person for quite a long time. The way that you would do this is, maybe you like writing lists, maybe you just like verbalizing it, maybe you like to talk to yourself in the mirror. Whichever way is the best way for you, I support here. So what I'm seeing is, if you were with this person for a long time, there's going to be a laundry list of pros and cons about this person. So you can write all those out and appreciate all the good things, all the pros about that person, all the things that make that person special, all the things that you've learned in the relationship. But at the same time, don't forget all the negative things either and what you can learn from it, or even the negative things that you showed in that relationship. Maybe you had some anger in this relationship, or maybe you just felt like this relationship put you in survival mode, and maybe negative thoughts, whatever it is. If you question yourself, why did this relationship put negative thoughts in my head? Why did this relationship make me feel like I was in survival or angry? Then you can answer those questions slowly on your own time, and then realize whatever the answer is, and then accept it for what it is, and then just let it go. You don't have to continue to resent this past. You don't have to continue to be angry. You don't have to continue to feel like you're in survival mode. You could just accept it for what it is, know that you don't have to put yourself in that situation again, and then move on. Sometimes I know it's very difficult to feel like you can thrive and survive at the same time, especially if you lost somebody or you're going through something hard, but the process of releasing is so incredibly important. We really do have to confront all the things that feel uncomfortable in our lives, so we can just find the root of why it was uncomfortable in the first place, get us to the core of the issue, and then understand it, process it, and then move on. That is such an important part of releasing things. Honestly, the only way for us to process is if we truly sit down, process our feelings, process our emotions, and then let go. Again, with that Queen of Cups, actually, this is somebody that definitely processes things that has happened in the past, really understand things that have happened in the past, and she's able to let go. She doesn't hold on to grudges, okay? She wants to truly let go, truly forgive, truly put it in the past, and not really get stuck in it anymore. So another way I could interpret this is, maybe the person you're thinking about has seen that you have mostly let go of things, but sometimes you still get stuck in your head, especially with this card next to the Queen of Cups. They do see you as somebody that can let things go, but at the same time, it's like they're in their head sometimes about it. Or maybe there's times where you literally talk to this person about it, and really they think that you're limiting yourself, or you're stuck in your negative thoughts because you're still thinking about these things. Maybe it's been months, maybe it's been years, but it seems like you hold on to certain things, and it's time to really let that go and really release that if it's no longer serving you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next card and see what we got. All right, we're getting Starry Night, Acceptance, and the number 41 is right here. That makes a lot of sense to me, honestly, for this reading, because a part of releasing things is accepting the past for what it is and moving on. Sometimes it is really hard to let go of things and accept things for the way that they've played out, but there's nothing that you can do to change certain things. So when you know that you can't really change certain things, the best thing to do is just to accept it. And I know I was talking about acceptance earlier. I feel like I definitely mentioned that, because that's just so entwined with the process of releasing. You have to accept. I'm gonna go continue with the relationship example because because we have the heart here, and I just feel like any relationship, it doesn't even have to be a partnership or a romantic partnership. It could literally be a business partnership. It could be a friendship. It could literally be anything. We have to accept where people show up and meet us at, and accept how much they can give us and how much we can give them at any given time. So I totally like to get some clarification, if I can, about any of the messages that are on here. This one wants to come out. Okay, focus. So what I'm getting from this is, okay, well, 35 is on the card, and then we have stock, and then it is a hand with an eye in it. We have Sagittarius here, some feathers, if any of that is standing out or significant to you. 3 plus 5 is also 8. So 8 is actually a karmic number, you guys, and karma can be good as well. Don't get scared when I say karma, but it is a karmic number because it is the infinity sign when you turn it sideways. What I'm getting from this is it seems like you guys are focusing on the wrong things sometimes, which puts you in that mindset of a victim mentality, to be honest, or having negative thoughts. And also another thing about focus is actually that is the first step of manifestation. The 5 steps to true manifestation are 1, focus, 2, beliefs, 3, feelings, 4 would be thoughts, and then 5 is actions. So when people try to manifest, they go straight to actions, which is like writing down affirmations or journaling. Even though I told you to journal and write the pros and cons list, you actually also have to think of what is it that you are focusing on. So I'm going to go through a whole cycle here of questions to go through those 5 steps so you understand better. So again, number 1 step in manifestation is your focus. So what are you focused on? It's time to get clear. What is it that you actually are focused on? What is it that you have your drishti set on? So for example, if your goal is to get a fit body or have security and abundance in your life, then are you still focusing on the past, which is actually taking you away from these things, away from your goals? Make sure you really understand every single day what it is that you're focusing on. Are you focusing on releasing things and accepting things, or are you focused on the fact that you are in a survival mindset, that you're in a negative mindset, that you're holding on to the past? Because you can have either. Okay, and it really is so important, and I'm trying not to get too hyped up right now, but it is something I'm very, very passionate about. The whole focus thing is very, very important. This is only something I learned later in my manifestation journey, later in my spiritual journey. I went straight to actions like most people do. Whenever I felt like I wanted to manifest something, I would try to better my thoughts by giving myself affirmations, talking to myself in the mirror, like straight up, going straight to the 5th step rather than focusing on things. So I'm going to go ahead with that example of a relationship. So let's say that I want to focus on having a good relationship, a positive, happy relationship. That is my focus, right? Okay, that is step number 1. You can answer this question in any way you want to get clear. What do I want to focus on? So make sure you write that down somewhere, and you can do this on your own time. Okay, the second question you have to ask yourself, and the second step, is belief. What do I believe? What are my beliefs in general? And we're gonna, again, go back to the relationship and talk about relationship things. What are my beliefs in the area of relationship? Do you actually believe relationships can be happy, healthy, purposeful? Are those things that you actually believe? Because a lot of the times when we dig deeper and spend a moment to reflect, your beliefs actually might surprise you, because our beliefs can be handed down to us from our families. Our beliefs can be handed down to us from what we see in the world. And then we realize these are actually not at all my beliefs. These are some things that I've just accepted into my reality. And maybe it's time to let those things go. Okay, so you can focus on better things and manifest the things that you actually want. In the comments down below, I would love to know all of your steps for manifestation, but we have gone through the first 2. Number 1, focus. Number 2 is beliefs. All right, and then number 3 is feelings. So you should ask yourself, what are my feelings about it? So again, back to the relationship example, what are my feelings about healthy relationships? What are my feelings about positive relationships? What are my feelings about purposeful relationships? Okay, and let's move on. Step number 4 is our thoughts. So a good question to ask yourself about your own thoughts is, what are my thoughts surrounding this situation? What are my thoughts surrounding my focuses? And again, you can use it in whichever way you want. This doesn't have to be a relationship, but that's just an example. And then 5th and finally, you can ask yourself about your 5th step, which is actions. Number 5, combining all of this together, what actions do I have to take to get closer to my focus? Again, the number 1 step in manifestation is your focus. So important to keep your focus on the things you actually want so you can manifest the things that you want, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to the next oracle cards. We got a spiritual bird and we got the Gurus. It says movement, stillness, and perception. Okay, honestly, I feel like this message really resonates with that card because what it's trying to say is that you need to move but also have that stillness and really focus on your perception of the things, which is another way to say focus in my mind. So what I'm getting from this is that you want to keep moving on. You want to release. The movement and release is the same thing to me. And the stillness and the hanged man is literally the same. The hanged man does talk about taking a pause, surrendering, and letting things go, getting a new perspective on things, moving forward, taking that pause, but eventually the goal is to move forward. And perception is obviously the same or very similar as focus. So I really see these messages just repeating at this point. There's something that you definitely need to let go of is no longer serving you. And this person definitely sees you going through that, okay? We also got another spiritual bird, swan, and it says transformation, dreams, and illusions. Okay, you guys, honestly, the swan is a very mystical, magical bird. And I see this person seeing you as a very mystical and magical person. Somebody that is very, very good at letting things go if you're in that camp of people where they are currently in your life and they've seen you go through some stuff and seen you really release and accept things with so much grace. These two birds are just telling me the process of being free from your past, releasing your past, and focusing on new waters, new things is really coming up strong and heavy in this reading. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We have, oh my gosh, you guys, journal it out, write how you feel. Such a beautiful card. I'm gonna go ahead and just cover a little bit of our cards and put it here. I love the guidebook for this particular deck because they have just such positive messages. So I'm gonna pull out the guidebook. Here is the guidebook and this is what it is. This is called Shine from the Inside Oracle Cards. And let's go ahead and get that particular one. Oh, right here. All right, let's go ahead and read this together. You could also pause it if you'd like to read it yourself. It says, get out of your head and into your heart so you can journal it out. Honestly, I kept feeling relationship vibes, especially because you guys chose the Carnelian heart. This might be about a relationship. This might be about somebody that you are interested in getting a relationship with or that you've been in a relationship with before. And if this is somebody you're interested in getting into a relationship with, maybe this person has seen you go through a breakup and it's in your head still, it's in your aura still, and maybe they want to give you a little bit of time before pursuing you because they seem that you're still a little bit negative about it, a little bit imposed still about it, and that's not a bad thing. We all have negative thoughts. We all have those negative times. We all have the times where we feel like we're in our own little prison, honestly, in our mental prison because we can't let go of things. All right, let's go ahead and keep reading. Oftentimes we have a bazillion thoughts running through our minds, racing a million miles an hour, and it can be a little overwhelming. The best way to sort through your thoughts is to get them out of your head and onto paper. Writing down how we feel allows us to take a deeper look at our life from a higher perspective. When we take the time to get intimate with our inner world, we create space to clear our thoughts, focus on our goals, and cultivate clarity about what our thoughts and feelings represent. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so resonant, and it also talks about focusing. And it's really interesting that we got that because it seems like you guys really want a healthy, happy relationship, or you even want to move on, but there's certain things that you haven't fully let go of. So it's really important for you to just give yourself that time. If you need to sulk, if you need to really write down all your feelings, then you definitely have a private place to do that, which is your own journal. Okay, so it says if you've pulled this card, it's time to clear out the clutter of your mind and ease your emotions by acknowledging them on paper. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. Our feelings are just the first indicator of what's going on in our inner world. Journaling has loads of evidence that show its effectiveness in reducing stress, boosting overall mood, and enhancing your sense of well-being. It has shown to reduce depression and mental health issues. And there's an affirmation down here that I would love to see you guys comment down below. It says, I commit to clear some space, tune into my soul, and journal it out. And there's a number 67 down here. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 is a very spiritual feminine number, and 1 plus 3 is 4. So if any of those numbers are resonant to you, All right. So what I'm really getting out of this, you guys, is that this person has seen you as a very like emotional person. Even though you are most of the time very emotionally stable, you might have recently just gone through something, maybe a fast breakup or a fast entering of a relationship, and there's like these negative thoughts that come up. So they really see you as somebody that can handle it though. Maybe they've seen you journal it out. Maybe they've seen you work through your issues, or maybe they perceive you as somebody that needs to do a little bit of that before you move on. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We're also getting the forgiveness card, you guys, and it says number 31 right here, and she has this cute little maybe like fox creature nearby, and it says releasing anger and resentment. Okay, earlier I definitely was talking about anger. Oh my gosh, it says release and releasing here. So I think definitely there is some releasing that you need to do in your energy and your aura that this person sees that you need to let go of some stuff. So maybe they see you as a very forgiving person because there's a lot of different situations that this can happen, that this can be. You could have been in a relationship with this person, you're trying to get in a relationship with this person, or maybe this is just a friend or something, but there is definitely some forgiveness that needs to happen. 31. So earlier we had the number 13 on the book, and that equals 4, and 3 plus 1 is also 4. So a lot of 4 stability energy. 4 is also the house of Cancer, and it's our foundation. So maybe there's something very foundational in your energy that you need to let go of so you can move on to the person that you're meant to be. That's what I just heard from Spirit. There's something in your energy that you're holding on to that is keeping you from being exactly who you're supposed to be. So it's holding you back. It's almost as if your mind is keeping you in a place where it's telling you stories that just don't exist really in your energy anymore. It's telling you stories that pull you back to the past and make you angry and resentful. But those stories need to be let go. You need to tell yourself some new stories. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive others to really be able to release and move on and focus on better things. But this person definitely does see you as being able to survive whatever it is that you are going through, whatever it is that you have been facing. This is definitely not something that's going to hold you back forever. But at this current time, this current moment, they do see you stuck in this energy at the moment. Okay, let's see what else we can get. I'm also getting the consistency card, number 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. So if any of those numbers resonate with you. And this consistency card says confidently repeating the patterns. Again, I really want to reiterate that releasing things and letting things go is not the most easy thing to do. But you're a very consistent person in trying to get better, trying to release things slowly. And this person is also doing yoga. And yoga is a very positive thing to do for the body, the mind, and the soul. So maybe this person sees you engaging in yoga practice. This person definitely believes that you're able to forgive the past, let go of the past, and they see you as a consistent person. This could be consistency in work. This can be consistency in your friendships. This can be consistency in life in general. This person definitely just sees you as somebody that is confident, is consistent, is strong and healthy, okay? And then we have one final card, and it is the Asana card. Okay, this is actually also a yoga related card. Let's go into what this means. So there are 8 stages of yoga, and in this particular stage, it is the physical practice of being able to sit in stillness. Your physical body actually holds the keys to a lot of different things of your evolution. Once you get in control of your body, you will also slowly be able to be in control of your mind and then your spirit. The physical body is actually just one piece of the puzzle. So asana, it means yogic body postures. So you might have been practicing and preparing yourself to sit in stillness. There's a lot of different ways that you could do a meditation pose. The most simple one is what people would refer to as crisscross applesauce. Very, very simple. You might have a yoga pillow, or you might be into meditation. You know, I have to mention meditation in pretty much all of my videos. It has helped my personal life so much. I've been able to really just find stillness and reflection in meditation that I have not been able to find anywhere else. And it's helped me so much. It has changed my life completely. So I really encourage you to try meditation, try sitting in a pose as long as you can, but you can start with 5 minutes a day. It's really helped me remove those negative thoughts. It's limiting when you have these negative thoughts. And then once you do clear all that out, you're creating space from that silence of meditation and freeing yourself to be able to realize the true version of yourself through meditation. I really encourage you, if you're not in a meditation or yoga practice right now, to take out your yoga mat. Or if you don't have a yoga mat, maybe consider getting a yoga mat. The mind has been really tied up in negative thoughts, and it's really taking control of your life. And this is not something that this person wants to see you go through. It's time to really sit down, get quiet, talk to your own spirit, talk to your own body, talk to your own mind, giving yourself some time to really breathe. Create that space, some inhales, some exhales, and then that would help you discover your truth and really get focused. Meditation is also a great way to focus in general. So maybe there's times where your brain is very restless, very scattered. If you meditate and you really focus on that, you're going to be able to focus more and more in your daily life. Your mind is actually an amazing storyteller. It will tell stories until the end of time. It will make up stories, it will tell stories, it will repeat stories, it will repeat the past. So that's why I encourage meditation, because you need to break free from those limiting beliefs or painful experiences. You need to spend a moment reflecting the questions that I've asked you earlier in this reading. What's no longer serving you? You really want to honor the thing and then release it and let it go. I definitely see that this person sees that you're strong enough to do these things. Maybe they've seen you release a lot. I definitely see them perceiving you as somebody that's going through something at this current time where you need to release and focus on something else. And I actually just heard focus on me instead. For some of you, this is definitely somebody that is trying to become your boo, trying to become in a relationship with you. They see that you're tied up in some other stuff and they don't want to impose themselves on you. They want to give you enough time that you can let go of this on your own free will. They don't want to push you into letting something go before you're ready to let it go. And they just want you to be happy. I'm definitely seeing that they just want you to be happy. Let's go ahead and roll the astro dice one more time to see if we can get any final messages. All right, we got Jupiter in the 11th house again in Aquarius. Okay, we got a lot of Aquarius energy throughout this whole thing because we rolled 11 earlier, and the 11th house is Aquarius. You are a very smart person. You know a lot of different things. Maybe you're actually the one that put them on ways to release. You're the one that put them on ways to let things go and journal things out. Maybe you're the advice giver. Maybe you're the one that taught them manifestation. That's another way I could definitely see it. You're somebody that wants to help your friends and your family. Definitely, because Jupiter is the guru. The Jupiter is somebody that wants to teach people. Jupiter is the teacher. Maybe you've taught people how to focus better. Maybe you've taught people how to behave better and think better and live better. This is just somebody that thinks honestly very highly of you, thinks that you're so smart, thinks that you're so capable, thinks that you are just tenacious, because again, with that rat, it's a very tenacious animal. This is an animal that survives on the streets. It really just gives us a lot of symbolism and meaning. I really see you as somebody that's able to fight on, able to survive, and even teach other people how to do the same. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, my love. If you resonated with something here, make sure you comment something down below. I love to see your comments, and make sure you also give me a big like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. We post new pick a card readings every single week. Until next time, bye. Pile 3, if you chose the rose quartz heart, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and get started with the tarot cards. We got the World. All right, and then we got the Ruler of Wands, which is actually the King of Wands, and we got the Six of Wands. We got the Three of Wands, lots of wands. We got the Eight of Swords, and we got the Hierophant. So this is like very fiery energy. Whoever this person is that you're asking about, they think that you're a very fun person, you're a very creative person, you are a very fiery person because of all these wands right here. I know it's a little bit difficult to see the card because it's like gold foil, but it is 3 wands cards right here. And also this person sees you as a very accomplished person. This person thinks the world of you. They think very highly of you because we started off with the World. Another interesting thing that I see is we started with a major arcana and we also ended with a major arcana. So you are actually a major force in their life. You are somebody that is a really positive person in their life. You're somebody that is a good role model for them in their life. This card says Ruler of Wands, but just to be clear, that is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a very healthy masculine character in the tarot. It is a natural born leader. It is an entrepreneur. It is somebody that has a vision and is very, you might be an entrepreneur, or they can see you as somebody that is so creative that they can create their own business and be an entrepreneur. It could be that you just have a creative vision. You are a very creative person. I'm seeing 222 on the clock right now. Yes, definitely they see you as a creative person, somebody that is very able to just create a vibe. Whether this this is in work or in just your personal life, when you're a part of a project, you're just a person that can really set those vibes, really set the energy of the room. And you're actually a person that is very unconditionally loving. You're very non-judgmental. That actually really relates to the rose quartz. The rose quartz is related to the heart chakra and the water element. It is representative of love, health, harmony. You might be a very harmonious person to this person as well. You seem like somebody that is a ball to be around. And going a little bit more about this stone before we move on is that this is actually a really powerful healing stone for the heart. This person might even see you as somebody that has helped them with some really hard things in their life, some heartbreaks. You might have been that bestie energy that has been around for them. And if that doesn't resonate with you, if this is more something that's romantic, you're somebody that really has helped this person heal and open up their heart. Maybe this person was somebody that was closed off, shy, but when you entered their life, they were really able to open up. They were able to be a little bit more fiery. This is somebody that just really, really respects you, sees you as such a fiery, fun light to be around. The energy that I'm getting is they can let their shoulders relax when they're around you. They can finally laugh, be fun, and have a good time when they're around you. It seems a lot of life can be very difficult for this person, and when you enter in their life, or I just heard when you have enough free time. Yeah, you're a very busy person. You're somebody that is a natural born leader. So it means that you're a very successful, accomplished person, and you have a lot of different things going on at all times. This might be somebody that you don't really get to see a lot, or this is somebody that only gets to see you when both of your schedules are free. This is somebody that sees you as somebody that gives them really good spiritual wisdom and direction, because we also ended with the Hierophant. This is talking about literally that, spiritual wisdom, direction. It could even talk about religious beliefs, conformity, tradition. They can also see you as a very down-to-earth person that gives them spiritual knowledge, because actually this is related to the earth element and Taurus energy. And actually the world is also earth energy. It's Saturn energy though. So we have a lot of earthy things alongside of all of our wands. Not only do you bring fun down to the planet, you are also very, very prepared. If you're an entrepreneur, you seem to be the person that is prepared. You're teaching other people, you're showing people how to do the thing, you're showing people the ropes, and you have a lot of different opportunities in your life, because the Three of Wands does talk about progress, expansion, opportunities, overseas opportunities, and foresight. Usually this card is showing the back of a person looking out into a vast, sometimes it's water, sometimes it's mountains, looking to progress and move on. It is related to Sun and Aries energy. This card is a very fiery card. And this actually, the Six of Wands, is about success and public recognition and self-confidence and progress. Both of these cards are talking about progress. I really am getting that you guys are little business owners. Maybe you have a little side business, or maybe they just see you putting projects together. It could just be as simple as planning the friendship hangout, or maybe you planned a trip, or there's just something going on where they just see you as the leader, either the leader of the group or just a leader in general. And you're also very spiritual, because a lot of the wands is showing me fire energy, and fire is very, very spiritual. Fire is all about the inspiration, the creativity. It's the wild, raw, and passionate energy. It's excitement. And honestly, in this reading, I am feeling a little bit excited. I'm feeling like I just want to go outside. Maybe you guys go outside a lot together. You go into nature a lot together. You go on trips together. Or they just feel you're somebody that's very fun to do trips with. The only card that threw me off a little bit is the Eight of Swords, because this does talk about negative thoughts and self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, and victim mentality. The person you're asking about how they see you is that you don't really deal with a lot of negative thoughts, or if you do, you're really quickly able to close that out and move forward from it. And this is also a person that feels their negative thoughts quiet down when they're around you, because you're such a fiery person, and they see you as a really positive person as well, and you inspire them. If there's something that you had to go through where you had to let it go and release it and transform it, they see that you went through that transformation and really let go. You're leading the way for them to do the same in their life, and that is so inspirational. You are this person that has so much vision. You are this person that is a natural born leader. It inspires them in a way that it literally changes their ego. That's what I just heard. Maybe they thought, oh, negative thoughts about this and that. I'm not this, I'm not fun, or whatever. But when you enter their life, they're like, if this really fun person wants to be my friend, then maybe I am fun. If this natural born leader wants to be my friend, then that must mean that I have something special within me as well. This person seems like they're not somebody that can have that self-confidence by themselves. But with you and your fiery energy, definitely 100%, there's some energy where you just kick up their energy. And I'm just gonna get just the zodiac sign ones and see what we can get. These are gonna be either your signs or their signs. All right, we're getting Gemini, Taurus, and Aquarius. So Gemini and Aquarius are both air signs, and Taurus is earth sign. Again, this card actually is related to Taurus. So those could be any of your signs or any of their signs. Oh, actually the Eight of Swords is also Jupiter in Gemini. Let's go this way to that way. You're very just a stable person. They see you as somebody that if you do have negative thoughts, you're really quick to be able to get right back into your stability. If you have a little attitude or a little moment, it's like you can snap right out of that. It is not something that you dwell in, you just move forward. And then the Gemini being with this Eight of Swords, you change the subject a lot is what I just heard. If you do talk about old things for a little bit, you'll talk about it for like 2 to 5 minutes and then you just welcome in the new with open arms. You're not trying to really dwell on that. You might tell a story just to be funny, but you're just playing around. You're not actually being serious. The literal example, sorry, I'm getting like a whole download and it's hard for me to speak as fast as I get the download, but you know how some people, they talk about the ex relationships or something, but you can definitely tell they're talking from a place where they're actually not really over that. There wasn't really any closure, and it's very, very clear, very, very obvious when certain people talk about their past relationships that that's the case. But when you bring up past relationships, if you do, you're just telling a funny story. You'll tell a story about a date that you went on and not really think too much about it. It's like you're just playing around, you're just taking it light, just talking shit, basically, just shooting the shit. And I just saw 11:11 on the clock. What I'm getting from that and with the 11:11 is this person wished for you. They wished for a friend like you that can take things the light way. You're a huge light in their life. You're literally a lighthouse in their life because most people are stuck in their negative thoughts, stuck in imposing restriction on themselves and having a victim mentality, which is what that card is talking about, but not you. You are somebody that's a really genuinely beautiful soul, somebody that is so spiritually wise. Again, with that Hierophant, it just seems like you know the ability of just taking things lightly. And I'm like, I have a really good happy energy right now. Very, very happy energy right now. I just feel like I could take anything that life throws at me type of energy. It seems like you're also older than them maybe, or that you just have more worldly knowledge than them. And that's why you feel like you just don't need to dwell on the little things. And they seem like they are looking up to you because they're not quite there yet. This might be a person that hasn't really gone through their Saturn return. They haven't really gone through getting over anything major, but you have. You've definitely accomplished things in your career, for example, and you're definitely creative and you have all this energy and you seem like a really passionate person. You're a natural born leader and they just see you as this honorable person and they want to emulate some of that. You're really a true idol to them. You're truly somebody that they look up to. I'm seeing a halo right now. I'm seeing a golden aura. Maybe they think that you literally have a golden aura. And also, I didn't even go into Aquarius yet. Aquarius is a very knowledgeable sign. Their motto, their symbol is I know. You probably have taught them so much that you don't even know about. Meaning like you taught them how to be confident. Oh, speaking about talking about teaching them confidence, this actually is Jupiter in Leo, and Jupiter is a guru and Leo is a very confident sign. I definitely see that not only do they recognize you for everything that you are and how self-confident you are, but you have taught them self-confidence. You have made them become a more confident person. You've made them feel like their emotions are more settled and they could take on more of what life has to throw at them because they've seen you handle so much. And with so much grace as well. You are this person that is constantly changing, is constantly moving, is constantly integrating your lessons and really remaining positive. It's really difficult to remain positive at all times, even though we want to, but you're somebody that actually does it. You're somebody that actually takes it seriously and just tries their best every single day, shows up every single day, and they totally admire that. My gosh, okay, this has been such a positive reading so far, but let's go ahead and get more cards. The oracle card I got for you is the snake, and it's a really beautiful card, and it says transformation. Love that. Oh my gosh. They've seen you shed your skin many, many times is what I'm getting out of that. And we do have another Wild Soul Oracle card that popped out and it says the scroll preparation. So I'm gonna put this over here, but we're gonna talk about both of these animals, okay? Not only are you somebody that could shed your skin and really transform, you're also really prepared for, like I kept saying earlier actually, that you're really prepared for anything that life has to throw at you. The snake is a symbol of transformation and rebirth. It is known for shedding its skin and emerging a completely new creature. Even if its pattern and skin looks the same the next time it regenerates, it is actually a whole new snake in terms of cells and cell regeneration. And a lot of different cultures actually really love snakes because of their ability to represent the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. The importance of life, death, and rebirth. Everything goes through a cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And this card is really showing us that you have gone through so many things that has made you, even forced you into transformation and growth. This person has seen so much growth in you. They are so inspired by you. I can't keep saying that because it's like you're almost giving big brother or big sister energy. Even if you're not related to this person, they see you as somebody they can look up to. They see you as somebody that has changed so much. It's a literal night and day difference. That's what I just heard. A night and day difference. If they've known you for years, they're definitely somebody that sees that you've gone through all these transformations and that you have such control over your own emotions that it's just so inspirational to them. This card, I feel, is really telling us, let's just let go of anything from the past that is no longer serving us and just welcome the new with open arms. Let's just shed our old skin and welcome in our new skin. You are maybe even going through a transformation right now. I just heard glow up as well. I don't know if that means a physical looks glow up or if that means a career glow up, because we did get a lot of wands and this is talking about entrepreneurship. You're just getting a lot of public recognition. You're just changing so much right before their eyes. It's almost like every time you guys hang out again that you're another different person. They see another different side of you. That's exactly what I'm getting from that card. Wow, that is such a positive card, honestly. And look at the snake climbing up as well. It's really giving Kundalini energy because the Kundalini is the coiled snake at the base of the spine. It is a coiled snake and she is bending the back of her spine. It just seems like you might go through a Kundalini awakening soon. I just realized on this card there is day and night. I didn't even realize that until I just said it. Earlier I was like, the difference between you is day and night. Maybe I just subconsciously saw that, but definitely they have seen you go through so freaking much that they are inspired by you. Who wouldn't be? It is just an amazing energy to be around, an inspirational energy to be around. All right, let's give the squirrel some love. So the squirrel is known for being very prepared. There are so many funny little memes and little videos on the internet where it shows the stash that squirrels make. They have like huge stashes of acorns. I remember seeing a video where a mechanic guy had to clean something up because the squirrel put so many acorns. I'm telling you, like it was thousands of acorns stashed up and it messed up the machine. So he had to fix the machine. And it was just this little squirrel, one squirrel that put thousands of acorns in there, just storing their food for the winter and just being so resourceful, so prepared for the winter, prepared for any rainy days. And also the squirrel is a very fast moving, funny creature, right? Have you ever seen the squirrels like just in the neighborhood parks, or maybe you've seen them just in the wild somewhere? They are very fast moving and they're funny and cute, right? This person thinks you're so funny, you're so cute, you're so well prepared, you transform very well. They feel like there's nothing that life can throw at you that you can't handle, and that is obviously inspirational to them. And also what that gives me is that you're very focused on the future as well. Not only are you preparing for a rainy day, you're just preparing for the future in general. It also gives me the example that I gave earlier, that if you guys are just friends and maybe you're planning trips together or you do little dinners at your house, you're so prepared. You have everything anybody could possibly need when they're in your presence. You are a really good host if that's the way that this is going, or that's who you're thinking about, if you're thinking about a friend or just somebody that you know on a more social level rather than business. But even if you only know them on a social level, they do see you as somebody that is professionally prepared as well. With all of these wands cards, you're very creative, you're very business oriented as well. And of course, remember the Hierophant is Taurus energy. Taurus is a very earthly sign and they like nice things. So it might even seem like you have everything prepared in a material sense as well. You have a lot of stuff as well, is what I'm hearing. You're always prepared. It's like somebody that has like a big purse and you're going out together and somebody forgot their hand sanitizer. You definitely have hand sanitizer. You have hand sanitizer in your bag. You have chapstick to give out in your bag. You have tissues and literally anything anybody can need for a little makeup touch up. You have it. You have everything. And if you don't have it in your purse, you have it in your car ready to go. And that's the energy that you bring to this person. That's the energy you bring to this relationship. They just see you as somebody that doesn't rest either. That's what I just got. You're always moving around. and you're always doing something. But that doesn't mean that you don't have fun. If this person is somebody that you have fun with, they also know that when you're not having fun, you're working or you're just preparing for the future. You're just working on achieving your goals, gathering resources, thinking ahead, because that squirrel, they almost make a game out of collecting acorns. Even if they have enough, they just, while they're free, they're just gonna go collect more. So I'm just gonna go with the vision I'm seeing in my head right now, and I'm gonna relate it to the squirrel imagery. They seem like they don't rest, right? It's almost like they're searching at all times. And I just heard hit the jackpot. You know something, or you have some type of business where it's your jackpot, and you're always going right back to that when you're free. If this is a person or friendship or a relationship that you're thinking about here and how they see you, they see you as somebody that is always on. They see you as somebody that is very, very resourceful. It's fun to hang out with you because you're so well prepared. It's fun to go out to dinner with you. It's fun to go on a vacation with you. It's fun to do literally anything with you because you're so prepared. You've thought everything out before anyone can even think about it. This is literally the example I'm getting is if you do go on a trip together with this person and they forget their toothpaste, you have it. You definitely have it, and you have enough for everyone as well. It's definitely giving overpacker a little bit because, again, with that imagery of all those acorns falling out of that machine, it's just coming up again and again. And so whatever it is you do for work, or whatever it is you do for creativity even, or maybe you have a family, whatever it is, they just feel like you're just right back to doing that thing when you guys are done hanging out. You're a very, very productive person. Like, it's definitely giving the energy of you don't rest, but it's like you don't feel like you need to rest. You have a lot of fiery energy, but I do encourage you to rest. Actually, I do encourage you to pause a little bit and rest. But what I just heard is when you go out and you hang out and you play with your friends or whomever this is, your romantic partner, that is your form of rest. And in your free time, all you want to do is stack acorns. I just keep seeing that again. It's actually really funny. And it just seems like another thing that they see from you is you're already abundant, you're already very, very successful, but you just want to keep progressing in life. You're a person that really wants to keep progressing in life. These two cards, remember, is talking about progressing. What I'm getting is you're always on to the next thing. For example, if you are already like financially secure, they see you as starting another business after you get bored with your current one, or you sell your business, or maybe you have multiple little side businesses that you handle. Maybe you have an Etsy shop, and then maybe you also have something that you do in person, and then maybe you also have a 9-to-5. That's the energy it's giving. That doesn't have to exactly be your life, but I'm saying it seems like you're balancing a lot, and you're balancing it so easily, so well. Nobody can even get in your way. And I just saw 444 on the clock. You also seem like somebody to them that is very tapped in with your angels. With that Hierophant card, this is a person that, again, has a lot of spiritual wisdom and direction. I feel like I'm talking a lot, and we did roll the Gemini, so maybe you have Gemini in your chart. You're just somebody that knows a lot. You're curious about things. So like literally at any time, you'll be doing something. So generally it feels like you don't really chill that much, where you're just rotting on the couch. You don't do that a lot. That's how they think or see you. It feels like you're always preparing for something, preparing for the next week, preparing for the next day, preparing for your business, preparing for your family, preparing for yourself, or just taking care of yourself. That is how they see you. Oh my gosh. You are a really, really amazing person. You just get along with people. I'm seeing like groups of people. So it seems like you're actually also really popular. You're very successful. People publicly recognize you everywhere you go. I just also saw the image of if this person is hanging out with you, that other people come up to you and speak to you, you're popular. You're somebody that people have good memories with. You know how sometimes you see somebody you know in a grocery store and you might not say hi, you might just wave. You're the type of person that people see you and they get excited when they see you. They're like, oh wait, it's them. I want to go say hi, and I know they're going to be nice. And you're the type to actually give people some energy. You're not just going to be standoffish or stuck up. You just talk to them as much as they want to talk to you. You're giving very warm energy. You're giving a little bit of Leo energy actually as well, because the ruler of wands, which is the king of wands, is actually surprisingly Cancer and Leo energy, and this is Jupiter and Leo. So double Leo here on the tarot. You're so warm, you're so funny, you're so light. People want to be around you. People look up to you. You're literally a source of light in a lot of people's lives. And the imagery I'm getting is that you're an ally to anybody that is in your life. If you're in anybody's life, you're an ally to their life, is what I'm getting. That is so positive. That is so inspirational. Let's just ask ourselves some questions. Comment down below. How are you preparing for the future? I really want to know. And I also want to know, what resources do you like to gather to achieve your goals? And also for this card, what transformations are you currently undergoing? Are you resisting any necessary changes? And what is the new phase of your life that you're bringing into your life? Maybe answer them down in the comments. Let's go ahead and move on. So the next card I got is play, of course, literally, and it's two dolphins. Dolphins are actually, you guys, I want to talk about the dolphin animal. So dolphins are actually very, very social creatures. They're always seen playing with each other. They're always in groups. So you're not somebody that isolates very much. If you do spend time alone, you're working on a project or you're doing work, yeah, that's fine, but you're just a very social person. You're a person that can make friends at work, or they perceive you as somebody that can make friends at work. You can make friends at any place that you go. People are just drawn to your energy and your light. Oh my gosh, you guys. Dolphins are actually also really empathetic. They have been documented to help other dolphins when they're stuck or injured in some way, and they actually wait for them to catch up. Honestly, dolphins are very, very sweet animals, and I definitely see that within you as well. You're a very social person. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of isolation in your energy. You just, maybe actually you could benefit from slowing down a little bit, resting more, and doing meditation, but for the most part, you're always on the go. You're a very fiery person. Go, go, go. Oh, okay, I just got a full example. Even on your days off, you have something planned. There's a lot of people, when they have a day off or a couple of days off, all they want to do is relax, couch rot, but you don't do that a lot. Maybe you'll do it for 30 minutes, an hour, have an episode of something playing. I see somebody tidying at the same time as trying to relax and watch something. I see somebody folding clothes or doing laundry or cleaning the kitchen while they're doing something, or you're listening to a podcast and doing something else. You have so much energy. I'm inspired. You are so fiery. You have almost Energizer bunny energy where you're always on the go. Another image I just got is right when you get home from a vacation, you're the type to unpack immediately. So people leave their suitcase fully packed still for months, weeks, and you're that. You always want to be prepared. You're like, well, what if I need my luggage? What if I'm gonna go somewhere else? I'm gonna unpack, so I'm prepared. More about the play card. It just actually is also giving me that you do things just for fun. Even if you're a very hard worker, even if you have a lot of purpose in your job, you also make time for your hobbies that don't really have a purpose. They're just like fun things to do. And that's your way of resting. So instead of couch rotting or consuming, you create as a form of play and resting, which actually, oh my gosh, that is so inspirational. Oh, I'm seeing 111 on the clock right now as well. You just always want to start something new. The image I'm getting is when you're resting, maybe you're drawing. That's fun for you. There's no real purpose for it. You're not trying to sell the drawing. You're not trying to earn anything from the drawing. You're not even trying to really get better at drawing. You're just drawing for fun, or even painting for fun. And it's just a way for you to play, a way for you to rest. You don't buy into the idea that society tells us that we have to be productive all the time. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you have to be productive 100% of the time. That doesn't flow with your energy. You're just like, I'm not gonna do things only if it gives some type of purpose. I'm here to play as well. And I know I said the word creative so many times because we've got so many wands cards, but genuinely, you're so creative. I feel like you're either a content creator or you make art in some way. This doesn't have to be for sale. It is just coming from your heart. It's just coming from your desire to create things. And this person is so inspired by that. They see you as such a creative being. You won't just do it for money. Oh my gosh, another image I just got. Sorry, sometimes I cut myself off because I just get all these downloads and I want to make sure I like touch on them before I move on and forget. So another image I just got is, this is somebody that maybe you'll do your hair, your makeup, and even put a nice outfit on just to lounge at home. Just for the sake of doing it, for creating, for beautifying yourself, to put yourself in a good mood. That's the only reason. You're not even taking a bunch of selfies after or anything. You're just doing it for yourself. And that's the energy in your aura. You are a very playful person. You might be really connected to the fifth house, your pastimes, your hobbies. You're always doing something. You're always filling your life up, and there's so much light in your aura. It's just all sunny days with you. Another example I'm getting is You might just like to take walks, 3-3 on the clock as I'm saying this, just for the sake of seeing beautiful nature. You're not trying to burn calories or make it like I have to get 10,000 steps or anything. You'll just go on a random walk just to get some fresh air, just for no reason at all. You just want to do things and have zero expectations from them. And that is such a beautiful energy, and that's literally the meaning of play. You're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on and see what else we get. Oh, I'm getting a retreat card, number 38. So 3 plus 8 is 11. So also the number 2, 1 plus 1. What I'm actually getting from that is, remember I said you guys maybe don't really rest a lot, or they don't see you as somebody that rests a lot. Maybe you dabble in resting. You could benefit a lot from resting more, having a retreat. And oh, another example I got from that is your version of retreating, or even in the winter when people slow down their lives a lot, you're planning a winter retreat in the cabins for your friends or your family or whomever. You're always doing something. And maybe that is just genuinely the way that you fill up your cup, a little bit of the energy of maybe needing to rest a little bit more. Oh, but I just literally got, when you rest and you're actually doing nothing, when you're idling, you feel worse. So that might be you. Play might be truly your retreat and your rest. And that's just more messages that are all in line. But part of me, some of you for sure need to have true rest, like meditation, even taking a nap. Because I definitely just heard, I'll rest when I'm dead. Some of you are very stubborn about just chilling and resting. But that is definitely something that can help you show up in a better way. Because I sense that some of you might get burnt out, but you don't want to rest for too long. I could see some of you getting really, really tired, but just pushing on, just getting to the next day. So let's go ahead and get some more cards. Okay, we're getting the today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. That is such a beautiful card. And I'm actually going to get the guidebook for that because I really like the guidebook for that particular oracle deck. All right, let's see. Oh, you guys, it's 111, so that's another sign right there. I'm gonna go ahead and read this to you, or you can pause to read it for yourself. This page says, when you look for the beauty in life, you find it. When was the last time you spent time in awe and in wonder? Each day provides an opportunity to marvel at the perfection of existence. An unfolding flower, a perfectly painted sunset, or the sparkle of a shooting star all possess the power to bring us back into the present moment. There is a universal rhythm flowing throughout the cosmos that connects us all. You are not here by accident. Just by being here, you are contributing to the cosmic dance. You matter. Today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life, but it is up to you to discover the miracles even in the darkness. If you have pulled this card, it is time to start searching for the silver lining in each life lesson, to look for the beauty in each moment, find the positive in each person, and know that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Shifting into the positive takes practice. Begin today with trust that your life is unfolding in perfect divine timing. You are exactly where you're meant to be. That is so lovely. I'm going to go into that more, but there's an affirmation down here that I would love to see you guys comment down below. It says, I look for the beauty in each moment and I open up to unlimited possibilities. Such a beautiful just guidebook and message. This is Shine from the Inside by Brittany Carmichael. You guys, I actually feel like that message is exactly, if this person were to write a letter to you about your energy, that's how they see you. You're always seeing the beauty in life. You're always playing. You're always just being such a fun person. And they just see you as somebody that's insanely positive, always looking at the bright side, always moving, always doing something. And they just see that as so inspirational. And you're just somebody that has the world at your hands. Oh, and we also got the world, and she's holding a world. So yeah, a lot of earthy energy, a lot of discipline and structure, because again, the world card is Saturn energy, it's earth energy, and it does talk about accomplishing things. It talks about success, completing things, integration, even rewards and joy. So you have a lot of joy in your life. You're always doing the next thing. And you actually also are somebody that is a true leader, true role model. You get things done first. What do I mean by that? Can I give an example? You might be the first in your friend group to have a kid or start a business or anything like that. It could literally be anything. Those are just examples. You could be the first in your friend group to start a certain type of exercise or a certain type of tradition that you guys start carrying on every single year. Or maybe you're the friend that hosts the most or something, and you're the hostess with the mostest. You have a lot of joy, a lot of play in your life, and people really see that in your energy and they love it. I love it. And it's just really beautiful. Let's see what else we can get. Ooh, we're getting Falcon. I really like Falcons, you guys. This is power, efficiency, and movement. That's what I'm telling you. You guys are always moving. I think that's why we got this retreat card. Like, you're always moving. You're always doing something. You never take any days off. And on your days off, you're planning like something fun. Like you're going to a concert or you're having a dinner at your house or you're hosting your friends for board games. You're always doing something. You don't want to waste any time. And honestly, that can lead to burnout. Anybody can get burnt out. But I don't know, for you, you're just work hard, play hard. I just got work hard, play hard, really loud in bold letters, neon sign that says that. So maybe you have a neon sign somewhere in your house, or you have that quote somewhere, work hard, play hard, like on a sticker, because that is definitely 100% your energy. My gosh. And then what else are we getting? Oh, we're getting the boundaries card, number 34. 3 plus 4 is 7. If any of those numbers are significant to you, and it says boundaries, dividing life. So yeah, I feel like you have really good boundaries with people as well. You are somebody that can say no to things, even though you're always doing something. You're very easily able to say no. Oh, I can't because I'm working that day. You're not gonna move around your schedule. You're somebody that has really good boundaries. 1-on-1 on the clock right now. There are some people where they don't really have good boundaries, so they put other people's plans as a priority. You definitely prioritize yourself, but you are somebody that also is so fun and you always make it up to people. If you can't attend somebody's birthday party, for example, because you're working, you'll still get them a really nice gift and you'll hang out with them one-on-one, but you have those really good boundaries that are just locked in. Like you're not gonna really change for people. You can't change solid things for people. And you're just very upfront about it and people really appreciate that. Oh, by the way, for the falcon, they're really small birds, but they are very powerful. They move around really efficiently, so that might be you. Some people, it takes them like an hour to clean their car. You have it down where you only spend 10 minutes and it's really genuinely so clean. Like you just know how to do things in an efficient way. You don't like to waste your energy, so you don't want to do things inefficiently, and you are really good at making really quick decisions as well, because falcons have to make really quick decisions when they're hunting and when they're just out and about. They are single birds, so you're very self-sufficient. I also feel like with these two cards that we just pulled, that you guys are always expanding your comfort zone. You're not somebody that stays in your comfort zone. You're always moving, you're always doing something else, but you have good boundaries and you don't like to stay stuck. Even though she looks like she's boxed up, I feel like you're a really busy person and you're always doing a lot of different things. So you have to put boundaries up with certain people and things, but you're not somebody that stays stuck in your comfort zone. Whew, oh my gosh, what a lovely reading. Let's get the last card. Ooh, actually we're getting tamas. This is an Ayurveda term, okay? And it actually means density, dullness, and inertia. This is the energy of being burnt out, you know? Like, look at them. This is like somebody that has done a little bit too much. With that being said, I know I said it earlier because I was getting so much fiery movement energy from this. Like you might get to a point where you're moving too much that you genuinely burn yourself out, and you could benefit from just a small period of hibernation. True hibernation is what I'm getting from this, and also the winter and retreat. I didn't get hibernation right off the bat from that, but now with this card, I'm definitely getting you need a hibernation moment. You need to just go ahead and rest. You will come back out a beautiful butterfly when you just go in your cocoon and just rest and rejuvenate yourself. And that could be like just dancing, writing a song, listening to music, laying down, closing your eyes, having some me time, proper rest, and proper food and water. Sometimes I feel like you're the type of person that works so hard that you forget to drink water, or you work so hard or you're doing so much fun things that you forget to eat. Make sure you're doing all of those things. Make sure you're resting, make sure you're eating, make sure you're eating good food, and having stillness in your life so you're balanced as well, because having action in your energy all the time is not good for anybody. I'll just be honest, it's not good for anybody. I don't care how much energy you have. The image of David Goggins is coming up in my head. He's a Navy SEAL and he pushes himself to the brink, but even he can benefit from stillness. He can benefit from meditation and really reflecting and quieting the mind and just letting the body also go into a rest state, or just getting good sleep. If the only time you get rest is good sleep, then you might as well get your full 8 to 9 hours of sleep, if that's literally the only time you're feeling restful. Another thing about this card and the energy of Thomas is the feeling of being stuck, almost feeling like the fire with you has been put out. But I'm not getting that from you because you're such a fiery person. But If you ever feel stuck or you feel your fire has been put out or you feel not yourself, maybe a little bit lazy, that means that you need to start doing things that really are truly restful, not your version of rest, because I know your version of rest is playing more, but just cleaning up your house a little. I've seen all these visions also, you taking walks or cleaning up your house, but just make sure to also breathe, because sometimes I feel like you're not even breathing, you're just running, so you're not breathing, you're panting almost. Like this is like some type of white lion or white tiger, and you know how they pant with their tongues out? That's the imagery I'm getting. You're moving so fast that you're doing that. And also another thing with Thomas is tamasic foods. Tamasic food is like packaged food, fried foods, or foods full of sugar or refined flours. Maybe this card is telling you to cut some of that out if you do want to be somebody that keeps going, because you are somebody that has a lot of action in your energy. All of those types of food are getting in the way of your energy as well. If you cut those out, you'll be able to move more and faster. But other than that, I feel like that Thomas card is actually just telling you to be careful about that. I don't see that currently in your energy. But overall, you guys, this perceives you as fun, fiery, creative, resourceful, transformative, has really great preparation skills, really secure either financially or with yourself, self-confident, just really, really positive. You're total light in their lives and other people's lives. That is literally so far the most positive reading of this pick a card. So congratulations. And if you liked something in this video, make sure you comment it down below. I love to read your comments. I love to connect with you guys. And make sure you like this video and also subscribe for more pick a card tarot readings just like this one. I post a new pick a card reading every week, so make sure you subscribe so you can see those when they come out. And then I'll see you next time, Pile 3. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose the green calcite egg, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and start with the tarot cards. We're getting the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups. We're also getting the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Four of Wands. Okay, honestly, right off the bat, I feel like this is a relationship reading, but if it's not a relationship reading, this person is thinking about you in terms of a one-on-one friendship or relationship. I can also see them seeing you as somebody with future potential because we have the Ten of Pentacles right here. This person sees you as somebody that they can have a long-term result with, because I'm seeing that the Two of Wands, it's talking about future planning and progress. It's talking about making decisions and having new discoveries. As we can see with her demeanor on the card, she's obviously looking off to the distance. She's alone in this card, but she's definitely planning something. She's thinking about something. She has her bike. It looks like a pole. It's a tool for her to use. And there's also a disco ball up here. So it's definitely like a party situation and it feels like positive energy. This card is related to Mars in Aries. So when we think about Mars in Aries, this is a very fiery energy, and Mars also rules Aries. Aries is a cardinal sign. It's an initiatory sign. It likes to start things. It is ready to go first. It is the sign where it's, if you were in a group project together or whatever, they're like the first person to raise their hand to say, I'll go first, or I'll take the lead. So maybe they see you as somebody that takes the lead, is very in charge, very exploratory. So they definitely see you as a fun, fiery person. Let's move on to the second card, which is the Two of Cups. This card is talking about a unified love, a really good partnership, and mutual attraction. It is Venus in Cancer energy. So it's definitely a little bit different than the Two of Wands, but actually Cancer is also a cardinal sign. So both of these are talking about cardinal signs. This one's just talking about Mars, and this is talking about Venus. But Mars and Venus work well together because it's your passion and drive, and then it's also beauty. I definitely think that they think that you're passionate. I'm not sure if this is somebody that you know from work. Maybe for some of you, it's a friendship. Maybe for some of you, it's somebody that's interested in getting into a relationship with you. It's funny that we're getting so many Wands cards because the green calcite is actually a stone that talks about balance. It also talks about energy, but it's more like balance and stress relieving. It is more about emotional intelligence, and it even promotes a spiritual awakening and growth. And I also love the egg shape where things can grow within the egg. And I just saw 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 on the clock, 5 threes. That has to be a sign that is such a divine energy. At the same time as being fiery, I feel like they think that you're very connected to your heart because this is connected to the heart chakra. It is also connected to the element of water and fire. So maybe you picked the stone just because you like the egg shape, but the reading itself is telling me that you're somebody that can really persevere, really get through to the next stage of life, has a lot of planning in your energy. Because the Seven of Wands is actually also talking about having a challenge, a bit of a competition. It can even talk about being or feeling protective and trying to persevere. So with it coming after these two, I feel like this person really just sees you as somebody that is future thinking, sees a future with you, and sees you working really hard to get through challenges. Another reason why I thought this might be a love reading is because of the Ten of Pentacles. So you can see two people here and they're looking at each other with a lot of love in their eyes. And this card as well, it is talking about wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. Both of these are talking about the future planning and long-term success. So that's why I really genuinely think if this person doesn't see you as a future relationship, if that's not who you're asking about, this person, this friend, this coworker, whomever it is, sees you as a long-term ally. That's what I just heard, that you're a long-term ally. You're somebody that's good to have in their corner, and you're a very balanced person as well. Because we do have Justice next. Justice is related to the Libra sign and its air energy. It's obviously talking about justice and fairness, truth, cause and effect. It can even talk about law, perception, and objectivity. When I see this card, sometimes I think about lawyers. They see you as a good mediator. They see you as somebody, if you're in a friendship group, because we do have the Four of Wands and I see four ladies here, that you are a very balanced person. You can handle social situations really, really well. Okay, and I know I was talking about the astrology of each of these cards, but I didn't go through all of them. So actually the Seven of Wands is talking about Mars in Leo. And remember, this is Mars in Aries. So with that Mars in being two fire signs, they definitely see you as somebody that is not shy to shine. They definitely see you as somebody that is an inspiration. You're probably very, very creative, full of energy, and have a bit of a wild, raw, passionate side to you. You're definitely an exciting person to be around. You're an exciting person to hear their ideas, is what I just heard. Because it seems like you have a lot of good ideas and you tell people your ideas. You tell people what you're thinking and doing and the things that you have planned after you start it, because I feel like you have a ton of ideas, and the ones that you actually start, they actually go places, and you always are willing to kind of share ideas with people as well. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. And then let's go on to the astrology of this card. So the astrology of this card is actually Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is exalted in Virgo. It's very comfortable in Virgo. So you're probably a very sharp thinker as well. To build this type of wealth, to build this type of financial security, to build long-term success, it takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of strategy. You're probably a very, very resourceful person. I always like to pull 6 tarot cards. I don't know. I just feel like that's the perfect amount. And with us getting wands 3 times, I feel like fire is really in your energy. You literally might have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your energy, or they think that you have that in your energy, or that's how they see you. And this person might also be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But let's go ahead and actually roll the astro dice and see if we can get a message. Okay, we're getting Gemini in the second house. And we got Pluto. So I feel like you actually have a really unconventional and transformative way of speaking. The things that you say can make somebody transform their thoughts, their ideas, their actions. Basically, you have all these ideas that you're curious about and you're not shy to voice them, because the second house is talking about speech, but it is also our face and our family and even our stored wealth. So again, with this stored wealth is giving this energy of you have a long-term financial outlook, and maybe you're in a really good career and they just see you as a stable person for some of you, but maybe for some of you, you're starting a business and they can see it really going to be successful for you, definitely going to take off for you. And Pluto is related to Scorpio energy. So that's a really intense energy, and it is all about transformation, and it's about even honestly intensity. So I can definitely see them as somebody that has viewed your transformation over time and really wants to be there to celebrate you, because the Four of Wands here. I know I'm jumping between the cards and the dice and everything, but I'm just getting the messages and I'm just giving them as they come. So again, I already said that this is related to Libra energy, and actually this card is related to Venus in Aries energy. So different type of energy there, because again, I told you this one is Venus in Cancer. Although that sounds different, like you would think Aries and Cancer are very different signs, actually they're both cardinal signs. So they're both very initiatory signs in different spheres, different areas of life, but they're both actually very, very creative and very action oriented signs. If you actually really met a Cancer, you would know that They could sit still for a while, but probably not for long. They're always doing something and they're always like connecting with people and such like that. Aries is more of a firecracker energy. They might be, it really depends on where it is in their chart, but let's say this is somebody that definitely goes for what they want. And if that is relationships, then you could definitely see an Aries go for relationships. But Cancer, definitely more about the water, emotions, relationships, even healing. They can be very into healing and the subconscious mind. They're really into connecting, right? So this is about connecting and such like that. So in this energy, I could definitely see that creative, that energetic, that wild, raw, passionate, exciting. And they're a very good little mix, little match, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to your other cards. We got a Wild Soul Oracle card for you, and we got Spider, Creativity. Okay, so actually what I'm getting from this is, you know how some people, or honestly a lot of people, are scared of spiders, but the truth about spiders is they are a weaver of webs, and they're very ancient spiritual animal that a lot of different cultures symbolize in their texts and cultures. With this card, it's actually telling me more about your creativity, because to make that intricate web that spiders create, that takes a lot of patience for them. It takes a lot of intricate weaving, and it's actually a very, very meticulous thing to do. So maybe the way that you are creative is actually very, very detail oriented and meticulous. So in my mind's eye, I'm seeing creativity in a lot of different ways. You could be really creative with your beauty, your hair, your style, your outfits. You could be really creative with your home space. You could be really creative with your job or your business. Literally a lot of different types of creativity. You might just be creative for the sake of being creative. You might do art for art's sake. There's a lot of different things that are coming up when I see this spider card. And also the spider card does talk about interconnectedness, the interconnectedness of life. So that is relating to this card, I feel, because it seems maybe you're somebody that throws celebrations. This card does talk about celebrations, joy, harmony, relaxation, as you can see. And it's also talking about a homecoming. There's almost always a home at the back of a Four of Wands card, any deck that you look at, because it's talking about a celebration or people from the past coming together even to really come and celebrate something. They might even be celebrating a birthday. They might be celebrating a big accomplishment. It could even talk about celebrating a wedding, and it is the 1111 card, okay? As you can see on the polls here, it actually is 1111. This person definitely sees you as somebody that's able to weave your dreams into a reality with this spider card. I feel like they've seen you be really patient and really persistent and get just amazing things in your life. And honestly, you have to be really patient and creative to be the 10 of Pentacles, which is, again, wealth and financial security, long-term success, family, contribution. And again, remember, this is Mercury in Virgo, and that is a exalted position for Mercury. So you're honestly very smart, very resourceful. So go ahead and comment down below. I would love to know, what are you creating? What is your creativity taking you towards at this time? And I also would like to know, are you feeling blocked anywhere creatively? Because the spider is encouraging you to weave your dreams into reality and also be creative. Tap into your creative energy. Another thing I can see before we move on is, if you guys are in a friend group, definitely see them seeing you as the leader of the group. You're definitely the head honcho, I just heard, in the group. Everybody really looks to you to get advice about life and even learn different fun things from you. You seem like somebody that shares, again, I said this earlier, shares knowledge, shares your curiosity, shares little ideas and plans that you have. And it really inspires other people to start maybe digging into the things that they're interested in, because you are an action taker, definitely. You're an initiator, you're very, very creative, you're resourceful, so they definitely look up to you. So whoever you're asking about, they definitely see you as an inspiration. Let's go ahead and move on to the next oracle card I got for you, which is, ooh, nature. And this is a really, really pretty card. Oh my gosh, I really like that. So maybe you're a very nature oriented person. Maybe you go out in nature a lot. Maybe you guys go on hikes together, or they just see you as a natural person is another thing I'm seeing. So I know earlier I said some of you take out your creativity in your hair and your makeup, and that's really because the imagery of this card shows me that this girl is quite glammed up. Her hair is really done intricately, and she has blush on, and her eyelashes are done. So I just felt for some of you, for sure, you're into the glam, but some of you might be really naturally beautiful and you don't wear much makeup at all. But I just also heard if you are that, the times where you have a celebration or you're going out and you're putting all of your glam on, you look absolutely stunning, and they definitely think that you look absolutely stunning as well. They perceive you as somebody that has a lot of leadership and just a stunning, striking energy is what I'm getting. The nature card is actually also connected to the earth element. And another thing about nature is, as you might have heard, it actually has a profound effect on your well-being. Being in nature actually can increase your creativity, and it helps with any mental issues that you might be having, such as depression or anxiety. It could even help improve your focus and your memory. It is a really good thing to help you relieve stress to be out in nature. I actually even saw a study that showed that even looking at photographs of nature can have a benefit. So if you have paintings of nature around your home, or a lot of people do have paintings or artwork of nature or nature elements in their home, fake plants even, that really helps with our stress and our mental well-being. This might also be telling you that you need to spend more time in nature if you're not. This card just started standing out to me. Earlier, I of course talked about this card, but this card is showing a lot of nature. She seems to be traveling over a river, and she has a backpack, so she might be camping. Maybe you need a camping trip to really ease your energy a little bit more, or maybe this person sees you as somebody that's fun to go out into nature with and go camping with, or just explore things with. And then also I want to get an astrology card to kind of just see if there's any astrological message. Oh my gosh, Venus. Love that. Okay, the number 21 is right here, so if that's significant to you. 2 + 1 is 3, which is a very feminine number, so any of those. And I just honestly, with this being Venus in Cancer and this being Venus in Aries, I feel like you have a lot of good girl friendships. That's what I'm getting out of this, because Venus is talking about relationships, of course, but also female relationships, and just how we interact with other women. And when a lot of women are together, it actually increases the juiciness and the femininity of everyone around. I definitely see that you guys have some type of group. I think you're in a group together, or if this is a relationship interest for you, they see you as having a really solid group of friends perhaps, or really nice to your friends, really connected with your friends. You're a beloved member of a group of friends. That's how this person sees you. And I love that we got Venus, because this is a really gorgeous card, and I'm getting a lot of really stunning cards. So I feel this person really thinks you're striking, you're stunning. I told you that earlier, but I'm just getting it again. This person is really into your style. Another way I can interpret this is if you have a home, or if you are into decorating your home, you have a lot of nature elements in your home, and you like to incorporate things in your home that makes it feel very relaxing. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get another oracle card. Ooh, we're getting Get Wild. There's 2 skulls here. This is a really interesting, pretty card as well. There's a sky behind it, and it's also actually giving me the forest energy. It feels like maybe you guys are forest people. Maybe you guys like to go out into the forest a lot, or this is where this person maybe have met you. We're also seeing the moon phases a little bit back here, so maybe they see you as somebody that's really caring. The moon is connected to the 4th house in Cancer energy, so maybe you have Cancer in your chart. Oh, and there's also a moon right here, I just realized. So definitely something about moon energy. They like your emotions, they like the way that you carry yourself and your emotions, and they see that you have emotional control as well. Another thing about the Get Wild card is it is also connected to the earth element. Both of your oracle cards out of this Lumen Threads of Fate oracle deck is the earth element. That is really significant. I can also see you guys having Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your chart. Oh my gosh, you know what? The Get Wild, didn't I literally say because of all of these wands that you have a wild side to you? There's a little bit of a raw, passionate side to you with a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. I feel like maybe they just see you as somebody that can really get down, like get down on the dance floor, get down and boogie. Like you are a fun person at the same time as being balanced and practical. So I definitely actually just realized that with the Justice on in the middle of these 2 cards, not only are you a future planner and really practical and you're gonna go places in your career, but you also really know how to let your hair down. You are a work hard, play hard type of person. You can really get wild when you need to. And with the nature card, it actually also shows me that you're really tuned into your own nature as well. So not only are you fun, you can really calm yourself down, go into nature, and really plan for the future and understand that life takes planning, life takes action, life takes balance. You know what this card is also telling me when I look at the whole spread here? I definitely think some of you are doing something that's different, something that is unconventional. Let's say it is a group of 4 ladies or 4 friends. It seems like maybe 3 out of 4 follow a conventional path in some sort, but you probably also have a conventional job, but it seems you have something on the side that makes them feel like you are a go-getter, that you can go into your wild, raw passions and create something from it. That's really lovely as well. I don't know why anyone wouldn't look up to you because it's just a really well balanced energy. You have a lot of fire within your energy, a lot of action. I just heard you don't want to sit still. There's a little bit of part of you that does not want to sit still. Okay, let's move on to the next card. We do have surround yourself with your soul tribe, and there's 3 ladies in this one. So maybe I'm getting that this is a group of friends. This person, the way they see you is you have a really solid group of friends. I know I said it was a love reading in the beginning, but it still can be. This person definitely just sees you around different friendships, I'm thinking, and they like how you are with your friendships. They like how you carry yourself. They like how they think that you are really connected with your friends and your soul tribe. So let's go ahead and get the guidebook actually for this soul tribe card because I just really love this deck. All right, so this says, your vibe attracts your tribe, so connect with people who get you. So with that being said, I definitely do see this as, for some of you, a love reading, but for some of you, this is just a person that feels like you can be part of their tribe. Let's go ahead and keep going. So it says, there will be some people who just get you and some who don't. Keep the ones who do and ditch the rest. If you've pulled this card, it's time to call in your soul tribe for support. Your soul family is those who you feel a deep bond without being connected by blood. Your souls are on similar missions and tend to show up in perfect timing when you need support or guidance. You know it's your soul sister because it feels like you've known each other for a dozen lifetimes. Your energies seem to complete each other and you have a mutual love and respect. They help you feel your spiritual growth and remind you of why you're here. There's no doubt you were born to your chosen family for your soul's growth and development, but that doesn't always mean you connect on a soul level. If you're the black sheep of the family, then it's essential for you to find a few like-minded friends that you can count on when you're feeling alone. You'll be intuitively drawn together in a magical way once you put the message out to the universe to find your tribe. And there's an affirmation here. I'd love to see you guys comment it down below. It says, I call in my soul tribe and open my heart to give and receive support. I love this. Oh my gosh. Oh, and this is the deck that it's from, Shine from the Inside Oracle cards. All right. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing for some of you, you might be in a group, but you might have just met other girls in the group. Maybe there's one pillar of the group. Some of you are the pillar and some of you are the side people and you've met a new person and this is who you're asking about. Regardless, this person definitely sees you as somebody that is like-minded to their own ideals, their own values in life, and they see you as somebody that they want to get closer to. But I actually just got a bit of a nervous energy. It's for some of you, if you just met, they're nervous and not sure how to get closer to you. They don't know how to reach out. They don't want to overstep. Let's get some astrology dice though to get a little bit more of a message about that. Oops. The sign. All right, we're getting Sagittarius in the 3rd house. Ooh, and K2. Oh my gosh. Okay, for some of you, actually, I think this in a past life might have been your close friend, your sibling even, and you're meeting again as friends, or you're meeting again as some type of group situation or even a relationship. I know that sounds a little weird, but reincarnation is a funny thing. You definitely have known each other, I feel, in a past life because this is K2 or the South Node. And with that Sagittarius, I feel like in previous lives, you've traveled together or learned higher knowledge together and communicated that to each other and shared information back and forth. Oh, remember I was saying that you're curious and you're sharing ideas earlier in the reading? I feel like you are continuing that in this life. You are a soul tribe in the sense of, I love how K2 actually landed on this card right here, because actually I feel like you're from the same soul family. Like this person that you're asking about, you're definitely from like the same soul family and you've known each other. Your souls have known each other. That is really, really nice. I love that. Although I got this anxiety before I rolled the dice. It's more like an excitement anxiety. It wasn't like a fearful anxiety. It was like, oh my gosh, I think I've just met somebody that my soul knows type of anxiety. So this relationship has more developing to do. And I just really feel honestly quite livened up and excited about the fact that I really think that you guys are from the same soul family. Another clue that I'm getting, because this has 3 ladies and this has 4, is that maybe a different person, not you and not the person you're asking about, was the glue of the group and got you guys together, and it can start something that is very fruitful for the both of you. Like you guys are going to start like a whole new friendship that's going to be lifelong, or a whole new relationship that would even be lifelong because of that 10 of Pentacles. This is honestly such a positive reading so far, and I'd love to get a little bit more cards. Ooh, okay, Bear Spirit Healing and the number 4, if that is significant to you. And 4 is also the number of Cancer in the 4th house. So maybe you guys were family before. Remember I was saying you could have been siblings in a past life. Maybe you're here to heal your relationship to another level or help each other heal. Because when you're siblings, let's just be honest, everyone has little issues with their siblings, but you have a different chance in this life to be friends. So the pressure is off. And I just feel there's a lot of different things that you guys can heal by just being in each other's presence. And it doesn't have to be a direct relation to each other. So for example, for some of you, if this is a friendship you're asking about, or even a coworker, somebody that you don't know that well yet, it's like once you get closer and closer and you're more open to each other and you can tell each other some of the things that you've went through in this life, and they maybe have a similar experience, I can really tell you what helps them. And you can also talk them into some things that have helped you in your journey, and it might really resonate with their life. So I just saw 222 on the clock as well. I feel like this is a really harmonious friendship, a harmonious relationship. And also I just got bear hugs. With that bear card, you might give each other the biggest, warmest hugs. And there's so much loving energy between you two. And also, do you see how this card is? They're in a snowy area, but they are cuddled up tight. What I'm getting from that is that you guys protect each other through the winter kind of periods of your life. So if there's some type of issue that one or either of you are going through, you're really there with compassion for each other. You're really there with empathy for each other and sympathy as well. A lot of positive vibrations are coming into this reading right now. I just feel like you also inspire each other to heal. So a specific example I'm getting from that is if there's certain triggers that happen when you're in a friend group, or maybe a little bit of drama happens, female friendships and relationships, okay? But it's just giving the energy of you guys can take it with a grain of salt by talking to each other through it. So obviously, when it's not a one-on-one friendship or relationship group with this card and this card, sometimes there can be little power struggles. There can be little wildness, to be honest. And you guys are there to really support each other through those times. Those are what I mean by winter moments or winter periods. Or even if other people are being cold, I feel like you guys really warm each other up. I really love that. I feel like you guys like help each other heal and even become more confident. I see you as a confident person already, and so do they. But it's like, there's always more work to do. You know, I always say that on my channel, there's always more work to do. There's always things that come up. Life is all about karma. And I know few people freak out about the word karma, but really there's good karma, good past life merits, and there's bad karma, bad past life merits, you know? So there's a balance of these things with that Justice card again. Karma is not a subject to fear. Karma is a subject to really understand and heal your karmas. Do you know how to heal your karmas? I don't know if I'm getting this example. I'm like feeling so chill right now, but I feel like I have to give this like a little bit more intense lesson or example. Do you know how you heal karma? If you have karma with a person, and honestly, any person that comes into your life, you have some type of karma with them. Let's say you have a difficult or challenging relationship with somebody. How do you fix that? So you're going to fix that by responding differently, not expecting them to respond differently to you, but responding differently yourself, doing the best that you can. That's how you change your karma. I know this could be a little intense, but this is my mindset and how I see things. I wholeheartedly believe in reincarnation. I always think about how I can make this reincarnation better for myself and others. I want to be a net positive to the planet and not a net negative. A lot of people are honestly a net negative to the planet. And every day you can make a choice to be a net positive, which responding differently is a major way to clear your karmas. If you do have a difficult relationship with somebody or a certain friend, or things are just not going the right way in your eyes, if you choose to control yourself, not others, you can never control others, you can only control yourself and your actions, then different things might change. Karmas will change. If you have a karmic debt with somebody, you might as well clear it in this life, right? Because you don't want to see them again in another life. That's always been my mindset. I just automatically assume whenever I meet somebody that I have some type of karma with them. It could be good karma, it could be bad karma. I don't care what happened in a past life. I don't want to know. I know enough that there is a direction for my life at this point, and I just want to have goodness with everyone around. And regardless of anything that has happened before, this is a new opportunity to start again, a new life to start again. So each person I meet, I just have that in my mind, and I just focus on being a net positive. So hopefully that inspires you to also go out into the world and be a net positive. All right, enough riffing on that. Let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, we got the eagle. Oh, okay, and it definitely was hunting. So it says perception, leadership, and renewal. I'm gonna put that like right here. So I told you that they thought you were a leader, like the leader of a group, or they see you with really initiatory energy because we got Aries and Cancer. I definitely can see that they think that you have great perception, not only on your life, but the world. You have good planning abilities, which I've already went through. There's also a phrase I hear people say where it's like, keep an eagle eye out, okay? Which means that it's very detail oriented. So you may have the energy of somebody that just peeps everything. You observe everything. You notice everything. And that could work in your benefit or against you sometimes. But it is something that you notice about you, that you're very perceptive. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, we got the confidence card, number 5, if that is significant to you. And it says faith to rely on yourself. That's giving Aries energy again. Like Aries will do it by themselves. They are associated with the first house, the number 1. So that is the self. So they definitely see you as somebody that's very confident and self-sufficient. And oh, I was just literally, when I was going on about this, that you guys might help heal each other to become even more confident. They already see you as somebody confident. But like I said, there's always more healing to do. Another thing I can see with this card is that you're really confident with your creations and your ideas. I'm getting ideas. You have business ideas or just wealth creation ideas with this 10 of Pentacles. So I just feel like they think that you're really confident in your life path. And of course, that's going to be a very inspirational thing to be around. Okay, let's go ahead and get more cards. Oh, you guys, sisterhood, and then this card and this card. I definitely see you guys, either you're in a friend group together, or if this is somebody external from your friend group, they just see you as having amazing soul tribe, amazing sisterhood, and just you're a really good friend. Do you know how hard it is to find actual good friends, reliable friends? And there's another 3 here. So maybe you're a trio. There's a trio of people going on, or maybe you're the glue that holds the trio together, and there's a moon again. Okay, there's a little half moon, there was this one. So you guys are nature-y people, I think. I think maybe you guys can benefit this friendship or relationship that we're talking about by having maybe little picnics in the park together. And you know what? I just realized they're also in nature. They're looking out into the water. Okay, so there's a lot of nature here. You guys also maybe aren't people that just go and hang out at each other's houses and just scroll next to each other. That doesn't really seem like the friendship that I'm seeing on the table or the relationship I'm seeing on the table. It seems like you guys go out and explore together. It seems like you guys actually go out and do things together, especially in nature. That really heals the both of you. Or if it's a trio of people, it heals all of you. And I just realized this card also says community and strong connections. So if you're not close already, I see this as one of your major connections in this life. Ooh, I just got the full body chills. For some of you, you just reconnected with this person in this lifetime, but it will develop into a very strong connection. I'm loving that. And I'm seeing like one of these ladies as pregnant. So maybe one person in the group that you're referring to, or the person you're asking about, maybe is family planning, or maybe you're family planning. Or another way I can see this is that this friendship will last the test of time. If you're not a mother yet, that you guys will be friends all the way through motherhood, all the way through after motherhood. I also can see you guys, because all of these girls big match each other's vibe, that you guys have little themed parties or little themed getaways, little themed vacations. I'm really loving that. I feel like there's a lot of fun within this connection that I'm seeing, and they see you as somebody that is also really fun. And maybe you're the planner of these matching events. I just feel like you guys have really deep conversations too, because with the soul tribe and the sisterhood, the Four of Wands, and I'm just seeing, you don't have to be a feminine, but I'm just seeing a lot of women all over the cards. Maybe it's just the decks that I like to use, but I'm seeing really deep talks, late night vent sessions, or even idea sharing, dancing together, because all the moons, it's the moods and emotions, right? So I just see you guys have really safe energy to share your emotions. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, we're getting peace. That's what I literally was just talking about. You guys bring a lot of peace to each other's lives, because when you have such a solid friendship group like this, of course you're gonna feel strong. Of course you're gonna feel peaceful. It's like, I'm well taken care of by my girls, and there's a lot of acceptance within the group, and it says tranquility and acceptance here. So I feel like you finally found your group of people. You finally found where you belong, and I really, really love that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the last card. I always like to pull a yogic path at the end. So this is Vishuddha. So this is actually the throat chakra card. All right, I'll put that right there. I just feel like you guys, oh, well, the throat chakra, yeah, I just was talking about conversations. So I feel like you guys have deep conversations with each other, and you're not shy to voice your opinions with each other. And this is not like in an aggressive way, because like sometimes when people voice their opinions, it can be a little bit aggressive, but that's not what I'm getting here. I just feel like there's just so much safety within the friendship, the relationship, that you're very, very easily able to speak and express your truth. This person sees you as somebody that just is always honest, always speaking and expressing your truth. You might also be a really good singer. This person can see you as a really good singer, or just being able to express really well through your throat chakra. And also writing is connected to the throat chakra, so maybe you're really good writers as well. It could be anything communication related, but maybe you guys do communication related projects, or you communicate a lot, or they just see you as a good communicator. You could have a podcast, you could have a communication type of business, you could be writing a book. Another thing that I'm seeing with this is just the general message of being able to share everything that's on your mind with your closest friends, your soul tribe. Feeling safe enough to do that. But also this card also talks about, and the throat chakra also talks about the opposite, which is listening. So you're probably a really good listener as well. It's just as important to listen as it is to speak. And great communication comes from mastering both. So it seems like you're a really good listener to your friends, and that helps deepen the relationship. And they also listen to you, which inspires you to open up more and be more vulnerable, and even share more of your plans so you guys can all be connected. So overall, I'm seeing this as a lot of different things. It could be love. This person can see you as a long-term partner and see you as a person that is a really good friend. And if this person is somebody new that you met, they can see you as a long-term friend and somebody that is a great ally to have on their side. And if this is somebody you actually known for a long time, this is just another version of your life, because I did roll K2, and I feel like you guys have had many past lives together. Like, I honestly feel like this is not the first rodeo, okay? You guys have definitely known each other before. And it's really like rekindling with your sisters from another life. So that's all I have for you today, babe. I hope you liked this reading. I hope something resonated. Make sure you comment down below what resonated and what you liked. And also give me a big like down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I post new pick a card tarot readings just like this one every single week. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.